Okay. Let me brush the beard real quick. Let me get right real quick. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We here. Happy Sunday. We are here. A lot of people didn't make it this week. But we here. Happy Sunday. Let me check my sounds. Let me make sure my sounds is working. Hold up. Because we got some things to say. We here today. Oh, we here today. Hold up. Let me check my sounds real quick. Let me check my sounds real quick. Let me make sure we good. Hold up. Can y'all hear my bomb today? What's up, man? Here we are. Can y'all hear my bomb today? I usually say my bomb sound like shit. How about today? Yeah. Oh, that's a real bomb. Okay. Okay. We got the bomb in effect. We got the real bomb in effect. Yeah, I was ready for this episode, y'all. I already done pulled up. I've been sitting here waiting. I done pulled up already. Man, let's get the people in here, man. Let's get the people in here so we could talk. Drop my bomb. Hold up. All right. Y'all know how I play. Shmulio on deck. Y'all know how I play. Come on, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. Hold up. We not starting nothing till y'all hit the like button. Y'all know how I play. Hit the goddamn like button. Let's do it. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Cigar Talk Live. This is going to be a special episode, y'all. I love episodes like this. I also got a special guest on the way. I also have a special guest on the way today. Make sure y'all tune in. First, we're going to get to everything that y'all wanted to get to, but I also have a special guest today that I want to interview and talk. This guy, you know what? Let me just tell y'all about the special guest real quick. I really enjoy the episodes that we get to learn about the business of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple good episodes where we get to learn about the business of boxing. And that's what we're doing today. This guy right here is a part of the Canelo Crawford Fight Week. He's a part of the Canelo Crawford Fight Week. My bomb hit. Bomb sound like an 86 box Chevy backfire. Thank you, John. That bomb is hitting. All right. Please hit the like button for me. Are we ready to go, man? Hold on. Let me see how many likes we got real quick. Let's please hit that like button so we could get to it. Let's talk. It's a lot of people that was mad about the Ryan Garcia interview. Nah, we got, nah. Y'all bugging. We got 18 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button so I could get my shit off. Hit that goddamn like button so I could get my shit off. Yo, listen. I sat back this week, the last couple of days. I dropped Ryan Garcia interview on Friday. And I had a lot of messages, a lot of hate, a lot of talk around my name, a lot of disrespect around my name. And I'm just sitting here looking at y'all like from a distance. I'm just sitting here watching me and my Shmulio. Just sitting here watching like I know y'all ain't talking to me.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Let's address. Let's get to it. Let's break it off layer by layer. Let's break it off layer by layer. Stephen X, salute. Yeah, no. There was a lot of hate. I'm cool with constructive criticism. There's a lot of hate. Let's break it off layer by layer. First things first. Naji, you broke the code. Number one, the aircraft carrier. Thank you for your comment. But I don't live by your code. I don't. I don't know what code you talking about. I don't know what code you live by or you stand on. I stand on my code. My own code. That's what I do. Now let's break it down one by one. Let's peel the layer back. Let's peel the layer back. Again, let me say this one more time. Y'all my cousins, man. This I don't do fans. I got family. Everybody that come here to support me every Sunday, y'all family. Y'all my cousins. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But with that being said, this is my show. Don't nobody tell me who I can have on my show. This is my show. I'm going to have whoever I want on my show. And the purpose and the premise of my show, Cigar Talk, is to make sure that I'm covering the sport of boxing. To make sure I'm covering the people that move the sport of boxing. Now that's one layer we have to get off. Let's peel back. Let's keep peeling. Let's keep peeling, y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all. I want y'all to come up and let me know how you feel. But let's keep peeling. Hit the like button. Let's keep peeling it back. All right. Let's keep peeling it back. Now, one of the things that I heard and I got a lot of today or the last couple of days. Naji, why did you interview Ryan Garcia? Why? Why did you do it? I'll tell you. But when you ask me that question, do you ask everyone else that question or this is just for Cigar Talk? Is it only Cigar Talk? Because I've seen a lot of Ryan Garcia interviews. I didn't see no backlash, though. I've seen a lot of content creators talk to Ryan Garcia. I didn't see no backlash, though. I seen other black content creators interview Ryan Garcia. I didn't see no backlash, though. Oh, so it's just for Cigar Talk then. Okay, cool. We'll take that. Okay, that's what you want to do. We'll take that. But let's peel it back. Let's peel it back. A lot of where this is coming from and where I got this from, because we fuck with you more, Naj. I fuck with you too, brother. But the standards got to be equal, brother. You can't hold me to a standard that you don't hold nobody else to, brother. Oh, here we go. Wait. Here we go. It's because you press Tio, gang. Salute. Joe Vincent, salute, brother. Salute. We got to get this out. Salute, Joe Vincent. It's because you press Tio. All right. Let's address that. Let's address the Tio conversation. If you notice, when the Tio thing happened and the Tio thing dropped, right? It went viral. When the Tio thing happened, it went viral. Right? Did you see me post the Tio thing on any of my social media? Did you see me post the Tio video on my Twitter? Did you see me post the Tio video on my Instagram? Did you see me post the Tio interview on my YouTube? Oh, excuse me, not interview. The Tio interaction. Did y'all see me? Did y'all see me post it? Did you see me talk about it? No. Why? I didn't do that for no content. Me and Ryan Garcia, that's content. The Tio thing, that was real life, bruh. Y'all got to understand the difference. Y'all gonna understand the difference today. The Tio thing that y'all saw, the interaction with Tio, y'all saw a real life interaction that was caught on camera. Y'all didn't see me setting up no interview. Y'all didn't see me like being a professional and we're trying to make some content. No. Matter of fact, what y'all saw in the video is only half of the conversation that Tio and I had. And I didn't even speak about it. I didn't even talk about the whole conversation. Because I'm going to be honest, and y'all know I love y'all. Y'all my family. But I didn't do that for you. What happened with Tio, that was not for you. That wasn't for the fans. That wasn't for the community. I did that because I felt the way. I did that for me. That wasn't for you. I wasn't making content. I wasn't trying to like, yo, I'm going to be the poster child for all races. No, I did that because Cigar Talk felt the way about what was happening with Teofimo Lopez. So don't get it fucked up. Y'all sitting here and keep comparing what happened with Tio and what happened with Ryan. It's two different things, brother. It's two different things, my brother. I had a real life moment, and as a man, I told somebody something I didn't like, and I addressed it, and I stood on it. Y'all just happened to see it because people ran up and started recording. That wasn't for no content. That wasn't like, oh, I was trying to be. Nah, I was trying to be something for me because I didn't like it, and I told them what it was. And we had an aggressive conversation. Now let's get to Ryan Garcia. Let's get to Ryan Garcia. That was an interview. That wasn't no real life interaction. That was an interview. That was me being professional, carrying an interview. That's what that was. Now, what happened in the interview? Let me pull up. It's one of them episodes. Let me pull up. Let me pull up. Let me pull up. Hold up. Nah, that's one of them episodes. Y'all got y'all shit off on Twitter and y'all got y'all shit off. Let me get my shit off. Let me pull up. Let's pull up. Here we go. Here we go. Let's pull up. Let's talk about it. All right. Salute for the super chats in the building. George, Tio needed to be pressed. He do that cornball-ish over and over. Okay, let me address that. Thank you, George. Alexandria, salute to your super chat. I'm gonna come back to you. So you felt the way about Tio, what Tio did, and not Ryan Garcia. Let's get to it. Thank you for your super chats. I appreciate it. Let me address George first. Now, I'm not crashing out, brother. This ain't no crash out. Sometimes you got a real talk with your people. This is just a real talk with your people. This is just a real talk with your people. I don't got fans, I got family. Sometimes you got to tell your cousins when y'all need to relax. And this was one of the moments. So now, let's get to it. Let's explain the difference. And this is to me. You don't have to agree. I've never did anything with the intention of like, y'all got to agree with me. To be honest, whether you agree with me or not, that's your decision. That's your choice. That has nothing to do with me. I stand on what I stand on for me. Now, let me explain the difference to me. Number one, with the Teofimo Lopez situation, we had a situation where this guy is a multiple repeat offender, a recidivist, right? This guy made some statements over the monkeys, the bananas, the monkeys, the bananas. Every 7 to 10 business days, this motherfucker was going off about monkeys and bananas and racist shit. So what's the difference? The difference to me, there's multiple differences, but I'll give it to you one by one. Number one, I absolutely take something different. If somebody, let's just say, let's give you an example. If somebody comes and steps on my shoe, boom, stepped on your shoe. I didn't like it. I felt disrespected. I didn't like that. You addressed it. Don't do that again, whatever. And they come and step on your shoe again. Boom. You told them how you feel. They did it again. And then they did it again. And then they did it again. There's a concrete difference to me about somebody who does something when you explain to them how you feel, how it makes you feel, and you don't like it, and they continuously do it. Now that is a different type of disrespect to me. You don't got to agree with me. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you how I feel. That's fine. Neither get a pass in your book. Enzo, you entitled to that, brother. And if you notice what I said to Ryan, I said, this is me. Everybody's not going to feel the way I feel, and that's okay. But I'm telling you the difference for me of why I was more upset with Tio in that moment. So this one is that he keeps repeating the same offense after multiple people have said to him how this makes them feel and how it's disrespect. So that's number one. That's number one. Everybody press T.O. Shut the fuck up. Number one, respect me in my house or you'll get booted. Ain't no shut the fuck up or you'll get booted immediately. We not playing them games today. Now, everybody did not press T.O. That's cap. That is cap. When the T.O. thing happened, I didn't see no fighters say nothing. I didn't see no fans, y'all guys who like, oh, y'all be at the fights. I didn't see none of y'all say nothing. I didn't see no other media say nothing. Cigar Talk said something. Cigar Talk said something. We not gonna see the Bud Crawford. Correct. Terrence Crawford. That was after me. That was after me. That was after me. But I don't say this to be like I was the first and I was this and I was that. Forget about that. Forget about that. The point was, if I feel something, I'm going to say it and I'm going to speak it up. I'm going to speak on it and I'm going to stand on it. It is what it is. You don't got to like it, but it is what it is. So number one, I just told you T.O. is a repeat offender and that really upsets me. Number two, let's get to Ryan Garcia. Let's get to Ryan Garcia. Number one, I haven't heard T.O. ever apologize for what he's done. Whether you take apologies to be sincere or not, that's up to you. That's up to you. You can do that. I'm just telling you, I've seen videos where Ryan Garcia apologized for his actions. Was I still upset? Absolutely. This happened a year and change ago. We're about a year and a half ago when Ryan said those racist comments. And I didn't like it. And at the time, I spoke on it. I went on Twitter. I said my piece about it. But I didn't see Ryan Garcia. I didn't see him. Maybe if I seen him in person the same way I did T.O. at the time, maybe we would have had an issue. I don't know. I got to see how I feel in the moment. But I'm letting you know. I heard him apologize. So I said, okay. Now I'm looking for changed behavior. Have you done it again? I haven't seen him do it again. Okay. Does that mean he's not racist? Not necessarily. Could still be. Could still be racist. No, we don't know. But what I will say is this. Devin was about to do more business with that. We're going to get to Devin in a minute as well. What I would say is this. If we're looking at Ryan Garcia and we're analyzing Ryan Garcia, the kid spoke on my episode. This is the first time he spoke on being bipolar, mental health. And I'm going to tell y'all, right? Y'all my cousins. Let's get personal. Y'all my cousins. Y'all my family. Let's get personal. Let's talk. In my life, I've personally dealt with people that are bipolar and have bipolar disorder. In the course of my life, I've had people that were close to me deal with bipolar disorder. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it live and direct firsthand. what it does to you, what it makes you think, how it makes you speak. I seen it firsthand. So what am I saying? What are you saying, Cigar Talk? Bipolar don't make you a racist. Absolutely not. No. But what I'm saying is that bipolar does affect your mental state. And I've seen it. I've seen it personally, live and direct. So with that being said, I think there's a concrete difference. Does that mean you do not need to be held accountable? Absolutely not. But I do think that there is a concrete difference between that and what Teofimo Lopez is doing. The fact that y'all keep trying to make them apples and oranges, they're not the same thing. They're not. They're not the same thing. Now, let's peel back another layer. Let's peel it back. Everyone wants to sit here and say, yo, actually, let me get to Alex. Salute, Alex. Thank you for your super chat. So you felt the way about Tio, what Tio did, not Ryan Garcia. I answered that. I'll answer it again. I do believe there's a difference between a repeat offender and someone who did something once. I do believe there's a difference. Also, what y'all saw with Tio was a real life interaction. It was not content. It was not an interview. I didn't invite him to my platform. I didn't post it. I didn't do it for no cameras. I did that for me because I felt the way. I still love you too, Alex. Thank you. So listen, are you excusing Ryan? I'm not excusing anything. I'm telling you my thought process. Whether you want to take that or not, that's up to you. That's fine. That's okay. But now let's keep going. Let's peel back another layer. Here we go. You sold out. Cigar Talk. Let me drop my bomb. Cigar Talk, you sold out. Okay. So, I sold out for doing an interview. Did you watch the Ring Magazine fight where Ryan Garcia fought Rolly? Did you watch it? Because you supported him if you did. Let's be clear. Did you watch the Ryan fight with Rolly? If so, you supported him. You did. So you're not going to knock me. I mean, you could. It don't matter. It's comments. Like, you're entitled to your opinion. But for me to take your opinion seriously, you got to keep the same energy. You got to keep the same energy. If you don't want me to interview, they want me to be Malcolm X up here. If you don't want me to interview him, I expect you not to watch none of his fights. I expect you not to watch none of his fights. I don't want to see it. That's supporting him. That is literally the definition of support. You watching puts money in his pocket. So now let's get to the other. Let's peel back another layer. We on it today, y'all. Let's peel back another layer. That's cap. I didn't say buy it. I said watch it. Watching it contributes to the dollar amount. You're capping. Now let's get to this. That same pay-per-view had Ryan headlining and Teofimo opening, and you watched it. So what are you talking about? Keep the same energy. Now let's do it. Let's keep going. You guys saw Devin Haney's tweet to me. Did y'all see it? Devin Haney put a tweet to me. Did y'all see it? He said, Naji sold out. That's what he said. I didn't like that. Why didn't I like it? Again, we gotta, let's clarify what selling out means. I think a lot of fighters, we gotta clarify what the selling out shit, right? Number one. Let me say this first. Before I even address everything with Devin, let me say this. Devin shot a jab at me, a personal jab. I shot a jab back at him. But it's my responsibility as a professional, regardless of what he does, I got to remain professional. So I will say that in the future, I could have handled my jab differently. That wasn't professional of Cigar Talk. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't professional. I could have handled that one differently. But let's get to it. Here we go. Let's get to this. Why you go at Dev but not Tank? I love this question. KJ Balp? Is that how you say it? KJ Balp? That's a crazy name, bro. Let's get to it, though. Number one, there are so many things that happen behind the scenes that y'all have no idea about. Y'all have no idea about what happens behind the scenes. I'm going to give you just a small piece because behind the scenes is for behind the scenes. It's not for you. It's not for you. But what I'm going to say is this. When the situation with me and Tank happened, there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. Tank and I spoke one-on-one in the DM. I'm not going to tell you what we spoke about, but there was a conversation that was had. There are also conversations had with a lot of other people that went into how these things happen. The same with the Devin situation. So y'all got to understand is what you're seeing on Twitter, right? Like y'all are going off of Twitter and being like, Naji, why'd you do this? Because you're looking at Twitter and you're only seeing 30% of what the total picture is. There's a lot of behind the scenes things taking place that y'all don't know, y'all don't understand, and you don't have to take account for because you're not in it. But I'm letting you know, everything that happens that you're seeing publicly, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that affect what you're seeing. That's what you got to understand. You got to understand it. Or not. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just letting you know what it is. Now when Devin said what he said, that was a personal jab, and I didn't like it. I think a lot of athletes have this idea and this notion that if we do an interview together, now you feel a way if I interview people that you don't like. And we got to stop that, y'all. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to do a business. It's not ops. I'm not here for your ops. You're not here for my ops. We're doing business. I give you a platform to showcase yourself in the best light. You give me the same thing. And we both make sure that this thing goes in a mutually beneficial relationship. And a lot of people think that if we do an interview, that means I can't do this and I can't do that. Nah, brother, it don't mean that. It don't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Let's see. Jumpers and jabs. Ryan talking about seeing kids get blank, Illuminati, disrespecting blacks, Muslims, disrespecting George Floyd, and you gave him a platform. He a troll who's willing to do everything for clout. Jumpers and jabs, salute for the super chat. Did you watch the fight on Ring Magazine in Times Square? Did you watch it? Because you're giving them a platform too. If you did, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But I'm not here to to make sure like I'm doing what Cigar Talk, you got to do. No. Cigar Talk is here to cover the sport of boxing. That's why I'm here. That is why I'm here. And there's a lot of people that also cover the sport of boxing that also interview Ryan Garcia, and I don't see the same energy. I don't see the same energy. So it's hard for me to respect that unless you're keeping the same energy. You have to keep the same energy. Naji, you trying to turn two wrongs into a right. No, I'm trying to hold you guys accountable the way you're holding me accountable. You have to keep the same energy. You got to. Point blank, period. If you didn't like it, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You don't have to like it, brother. You don't got to watch it. You don't have to watch it. But I'm going to continue to do what I do, which is cover the sport of boxing in the way that I do. Now, for those of y'all that are supporters and you say, you know what, you could have went harder at Ryan, I respect that. Okay. I'll take that into account. I could have went harder at him. I'll take that into account. What we saw from Ryan was when I brought it up, I said, Ryan, I didn't like the racist things that you said. He explained what he did. He explained why it happened. He apologized for it. So if you want me to berate him with it and do that, I guess I could do that. I could do that. I didn't do that in the moment. I could do that. But again, what other platform even brought up racism to Ryan Garcia? Who else even brought it up in an interview? I just want to know. Stop me when I stop telling the truth, bro. Stop me when I stop telling the truth, bro. Let me know, bro. When I stop telling the truth, let me know, bro. Let me know. Matthew Johnson, how come nobody got this smoke for Ak and Barack for interviewing Ryan before Devin? That's a good question. That's a good question. Salute to those brothers though, because I don't have no hate for them brothers. Salute to those brothers. Salute to what they do. That's a good question. Salute. Salute to those brothers. But what I do see is that other people, y'all don't hold accountable, but you want to hold me accountable, that's fine. Cool. Cool. We could do that. But I tell you right now, I cover the sport of boxing. I asked about it. He gave his answer. And that's what it is. I'm going to continue to interview who I want to interview. I'm going to stand on the things I want to stand on. And that's what it is. Here we go. Okay. Oh, here's one of the haters. This guy. I'm giving you this is your shine, brother. This is what you wanted. This is the most views you've gotten on YouTube. Here you go. Here for boxing. You stepped to Tio for clout because it was a safe environment. Number one, I didn't step to Tio for anything. I didn't walk up to Tio. We crossed paths with each other. Number two, when I did this, there was nobody around. There wasn't no cameras, no nothing. What y'all saw was halfway into the conversation that Teofimo and I had. So what clout? What clout? I don't need clout, bro. I'm up already, bro. I don't need clout, bro. I'm here. They're like, oh, Naji, you sold out for money. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I make multiple six figures a year from my job. Me doing interviews is one of the smallest streams of income I have. I don't need to do this for money. I don't. That's not me trying to flex about nothing. That's me letting y'all know what's real. I don't need to do this for no money, bro. I don't have to. I don't have to do this for no money. My money is up, bro. These interviews don't affect my bottom line. They don't. I do this because this is what I want to do. Because I love the sport of boxing. Because I want to cover the sport that I love. And that's a fact. So what I'm going to do now, let me address this last point before I open up the chat. Let me address my last point. I'm the vice president of urban strategy at Sony. Sony's independent distribution, Sony Orchard. I'm the vice president of black music. I make money, brother. I don't need to do this for no money, bro. I don't. So now let me address this last point too before I open up the chat. Number one, thank you to all the people. People reached out to me like, yo, Naji, I see everything that's happening. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you. I'm standing with you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But to be quite honest, I'm okay. Comments don't affect me. Comments do not affect me. But now let me address this last point. What I want y'all to understand is this. Hold on, why did you delete your response to Devin? Sumar, I don't know if you just came in. I said it already. I feel like as a professional, I could have handled things differently. That wasn't professional of me. I got to be more professional regardless if he's taking a jab at me or not. So that's why I deleted my response. It's my job to remain professional. It's my job to remain professional. All right, so let's go. Let me address this last point, and then I'm open the link. Yeah, he's a clout chaser. I might let him up though, because he wants to be up so bad, and he wants to talk on Twitter like you spend your time talking about me. Let's do it. I'll give you the chance to talk to me. Let's do it. This is my last point that I don't like, and then I need y'all to understand. Shmuley on deck, Enzo. Shmuley on deck. I think that there is this like notion from fighters. There's a notion from fighters that they feel like because and they only do it to black media. Let's talk. They don't do that to everybody. They only do it to the black media outlets. Yo, I gave you an interview and you interviewing my ops. I'm mad at you. Naji, that's messed up. Why y'all ain't do that to Ariel Hawani? When Ariel Hawani interviews your ops, you go on there and it's cool. When DAZN interviews your ops, you go on there and it's fine. When all the white media interviews your ops, it's fine. But when it's the black media, you gotta pigeonhole them into you can't do this. We not doing that. We're not doing that. You're gonna treat my platform with the same respect that you treat those other platforms. That's what it is. Because I'm a black media, now I gotta be held to a standard where you pigeonhole me and put me in I'm a street media. Now my ops is your ops now. No, y'all don't do that to the white media. Y'all don't. And it's not right. I'm talking to the fighters. That's not right. That's what y'all keep trying to do to me, and I'm not going to let it happen. If you want to be upset about it, that's your prerogative. I'm going to continue to do what I do. But that's what's messed up about our people. Instead of black athletes supporting black media, they try to pigeonhole you into you only got to be with me or else you can't do interview. Y'all don't do that to nobody else. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. And you want to say, all right, cool. Well, I feel like you didn't respect me by doing an interview with my ops. Well, I feel like you don't respect me by respecting the job that I got to do with everybody. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And everybody else, again, let me say this again. What you saw with T.O. was for me. That wasn't for you. I did it because I felt the way. I spoke to him man to man because I felt a way. I didn't do that to be the Malcolm X of media. I didn't do that for that. I did it because I felt the way. And anytime I feel the way, I'm going to stand on what I got to stand on, and it's going to be what it's going to be. Now, let's drop the link in the chat, man. Let's drop the link in the chat, man. That's a good, according to Dev's logic, he shouldn't be looking to do more than business. That's a great point. If you're mad at me about an interview, you shouldn't fight him because then you're going to put millions in his pocket. Is that not selling out? All right. All right. Link is now in the chat. Let's do it. And yo, we got to come back because my special guest will be here in about 20 minutes. So link is in the chat now. Cameras on. Cameras on only. Only cameras on. I only got 20 minutes right now, and then I'll let y'all cook. I'll let y'all cook. Cameras on only. We're not doing no cameras off. Cameras on only. So, let's do it. Let's get to it. I'm going to bring up a couple of people before my special guest comes in. And, yeah, let's do it, y'all. Cameras on only. I'm not doing no ghost. You ain't getting up here talking. If you want to talk to me and talk some talk, let me see your goddamn face. Here for boxing, you say you want to talk to me, turn that camera on, nigga. I see you in here. Let me look in your eyes and you say what you got to say. Let me get all facts, no opinions. Salute.
What up, Naji? What up, Naji?
Yo, what's up, my brother? Salute.
Great day, man. Dev soft, man. Like, this boxing is getting too soft. This generation, just being a journalist and you can, just interviewing any type of fighter you want and just asking the questions that the streets want to know when you give your interview and another fighter feels some type of way. It's crazy. It's crazy. You ain't said nothing wrong in that interview. You ain't did nothing wrong in that interview. It was a great interview. Was it no disrespect towards the Haneys and none of that? For him to post something like that is crazy.
So do you agree with all these other people? A lot of people saying I sold out. A lot of people are mad that I did the interview. Do you agree with that?
F no, man. You're a journalist. This is your, this is your podcast. This is your stuff. You can interview who you want to interview. How you sell out because you interview a Mexican? That sounds dumb. That sounds dumb. It sounds real dumb. It sounds real dumb, man.
Did you enjoy the interview overall? Did you like it? Did you rock with it, or was it
like I said, it was a great interview. I rocked with the interview. It wasn't no disrespect, no shade towards the Haneys. A lot of us got to understand what was going through Ryan's mind and how he felt during the times from the Devs to the Rolly fight.
Yeah.
If he really did shit on anybody, he just was talking about his promotional company. It was
okay.
Based on Oscar, but he showed the Haneys a lot of love and you kept it tall. You kept it tall. Was it no disrespect? And you asked excellent questions on that interview, man. But for him to come out of his mouth and disrespect you, like, even though you took your post down and you said you keeping it professional, this is what professional men do. This is what professional journalism do. But these fighters, this generation just soft. It's like they shitting on Boots, saying Boots. So how? He's getting good fucking. The only person that's close, to Bud, if you want to go southpaw, is Boots, the switch hitter. No, but nobody talks about Blast Valve Saint. No, Canelo King is elite. So you got Blast Valve Saint and Boots. But Blast Valve Saint is not a sellout, but Boots is. Why? Because Boots is going to give Canelo that definition of what Bud is going to give him on the 13th.
Right.
But it can work two ways. It can open Canelo eyes, or when Canelo get in there, whatever punishment Boots gave him in sparring, Bud might make that
Yeah,
KO happen.
I
Go
agree. Well, listen, let me get to a couple other people because I only got
all
a
right,
couple minutes for
and
my special guest.
but look,
Thank you, brother. I
well,
appreciate your support, bro. All right,
thank you.
later. I see. Hold up, nah. Here for boxing, you wanted them. You got a lot to say. Turn your camera on, nigga. You not getting up here without no camera on. We not doing that. If you want to talk to me, look me in my eyes and say what you gotta say. Period. Isaiah, WYD, and then Alexandria, and then Legacy. Let me get you Isaiah. What's popping?
Yo, what's good, bro? You can hear me?
Yo, loud and clear. What's up, brother? How you?
I'm good, man. How you doing? I see you chilling,
Amazing, bro.
drinking.
Talk to me, man. Yeah, I'm about to get on the grill after this. My girl upstairs waiting. She want me to get on the grill, so a nigga about to chef it up. But
I
talk to me,
heard
man.
that.
I'm
Nah,
getting
you
the
know
word.
what?
Talk to me. How did you feel about it?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I watch all the interviews and they're valid, bro. They're OD valid, and I get it. Everybody's like, oh, Ryan did this, but it's like you said, Ryan is not a repet. He's not one of them dudes who repeats what he says, and he only did that shit with Devin. And I believe that, I mean, he did apologize and he did speak on it. And like you said, mental illness shit, it's not an excuse to be racist, but it's a real thing.
That's
It's a
right.
real thing because I got
People
a
don't like to
cousin.
hear that. People don't like to hear that,
It's
but
a
I'm telling
fact.
you, I seen it live. I've dealt with people in my life that were close to me with bipolar who've said things that are not like themselves. Does that mean you're a racist if you're bipolar? No,
Nah.
maybe not. But I'm telling you that you operate from a different mental state when you are bipolar. I've seen it and I experienced it, and nobody can tell me different.
Naji, I got a cousin that called me yesterday. I didn't answer the phone. He texted me. He said, "Yo, fuck you. I always answer you when you call me." And I'm just like, "Yo, what's like what? Like, bro got bipolar, so I know what you're talking about." But the also too, I'm gonna say one last thing and I'm gonna jump off. And these are the same people who watching Tio fight when he was at Top Rank. These are the same people who, if they had your platform, would jump around and interview Tio and Ryan. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Who gets Ryan Garcia interviews? Who?
Good question.
Let's
Good
be
question.
honest, because a lot of these people get on these interviews and they be glazing them and they don't even address the subject.
Nobody else even asked them about racism but Cigar Talk. Cigar Talk, the only
Exactly.
one that even asked the question.
But nah, I'm telling you, these are the same dudes that if they had the same platform you had, they jump right in there and they
Yeah,
do the interview and they wouldn't even address that. And
that's a fact.
a lot of these dudes got failed Twitter pages talking about boxing. That's bullshit that they don't nothing about. That's all I gotta say, Najee. And you keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm
And
out.
that's thank you, bro. Thank you. Salute. Let me get Alexandria up here. Alexandria, what's popping?
What's popping? What's up?
What's up? How
Salute.
you doing? I've seen
I'm
your criticism in the chat. I wanted to talk to
yes.
you. I don't just want to talk to people supporting. I want to get all points of view. Let's talk. How did you feel?
I'm not gonna lie, Naj. I rocks with you. I've been rocking with you, but I was very disappointed when I saw that interview pop up. I think that boxing industry as a whole has given Ryan Garcia a pass. I feel like many black people have also given him a pass. And it just really sucks that when people say racist stuff, all they have to do is apologize. And then after that, it's all good. I feel like if you are really apologetic, then put your money where your mouth is. Go into these communities and invest and do something. Especially the comment he made about George Floyd. Like he has a daughter. He has a family. They have to see that. So I felt like an apology was not justifiable. And the way that everyone's giving him a pass for that, for me, is just like, no. When I see Ryan Garcia, I don't support it. When he fought Rolly, I watched that whole card. When he fought Rolly, I turned the TV off. Like
Mm,
I personally feel that strongly about it
yeah,
because I see that everyone is just giving this boy a pass. And I feel like what he did was truly disrespectful. And Naj, I think the reason why people are so upset with you is because you are for the culture. You get what I'm saying? So people just taking it a little bit more personally with you than with Ak and Barack because that platform for the culture as well too, but it's a little bit different over here on this side. And I think you know that. And I don't know when you did the interview, when you posted it, if you didn't think you were gonna get backlash, you had to have known like there was gonna be some type of backlash after that.
So let me. One is I appreciate everything you said, and I appreciate that you standing on business by also not watching it, because a lot of people are going to talk and say all of this, but then they still watching it, which equals support. So let me address that. First of all, thank you, Queen, for giving me your perspective, and I appreciate your support. Did I think that there was?
Yeah, he.
Did I think there was going to be backlash? Yeah. But I can't say that I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I've given y'all so many interviews. I've given y'all so many moments. I've given me, and it's like my job is not contingent on whether or not people are going to like what I do. I'm going to come and I'm going to interview the people in the sport of boxing that are moving the culture. What I will say is, I hear what you're saying. Could I have went harder at him? Yeah. Yes. What I said is when I asked him the question I actually asked, and let's get specific, is I said, do you regret those comments that you made? Right. And he went and he explained the whole lead up to it and how it happened, and that he was sorry and he understood who it hurt. And he, you know what I'm saying? He did a whole thing in a piece about it. But again, and a lot of people don't agree with me or take this into. But again, is I've dealt with bipolar in my life. I've dealt with it very close to me, very close to me. And with that being said, I've seen how that impacts people in the way that they think, in the way that they speak. And I can clearly tell when Ryan Garcia was doing these things that he was going through bipolar manic episodes. Does that mean if you bipolar, you racist? Fuck no. That doesn't mean. But what I'm saying is I look at him differently than I look at other people because of the mental issue. I do look at it differently, but I also say this. What is the balance between, and you said you would like to see maybe him donating some money to somebody. I could maybe next time I speak to him, I could tell him that. But I want to know, honestly, what is the balance between somebody doing an egregious act that they haven't did again, right? They said they apologized, whether you take the apology or not, okay. But what is it for you? This is just me asking you. Yeah. Is it a point where you're like, I'll never fuck with you again? I don't care, period. There's never a conversation ever to be had? Or is there a way where you're kind of moving off of it, moving past it? Just let me know how you feel about that.
I go, for me, it's a character thing. I feel like if you
Damn, Alex, you cutting up. I wanted to hear this real bad, Alex. I really want to hear this. Hold up, Alex. Alex, come back. Yeah, here for boxing. You a coward, bro. Turn your camera on. You want to be all extra, turn the camera on, dog. Ain't none of that. If you want to talk to me, turn your camera on, or else go away. Period. Damn, Alex, come on, Alex. All right, I'm gonna have to bring her up. She was cooking though. I was ready. She was cooking. Let me get Legacy Jones. Alex, I'm gonna keep you here. Hit the link back though. Let me get Legacy Jones. Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna be short and sweet, man.
Let's do it.
For your question, did you sell out? In my opinion, yes. Not strictly because of the interview, but because I'm looking at your background, right? I seen you pouring up the cranberry juice. That's black shit. I see you got the Nipsey Hussle in the background. That's black shit. You got the scruggly beard, probably nappy fro like me. That's black shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I can say this. You know what's going on. I'm pretty sure you have a relationship with Devin Haney, right? Then when your comment that you said, you've given us all these interviews and you don't care. That's the point. That's why we mad. Bro, some of us are not going to get slapped in our face and say, hey man, for an example, right? How you said, Ryan Garcia, he apologized, and you know he's good and bipolar. First of all, Ryan Garcia, he doubled down on his racist twice, right? That's like me getting into a car accident with you. You bounce out the car and you say, "Hey, look, man, I ain't got no insurance. Let me just give you some money right here." And I'm supposed to let it go. I'm not going to let it go. And I'm saying that to say is just because somebody say sorry, man, when a person show you who they are, you as a man, you got to stand on that. And I agree with the young black lady said, man. When people show their colors, you got to stand on it. My second point is, I clearly see that like your chat is a mixture. You know, you got whites, you got blacks, you got Mexican. And I'm going to keep saying this. White people or Mexican people can't speak on how a black person feels or black people feel about racism or black people selling out. Okay? That's a number one fact. You can't talk about, oh man, black people feel that I sold out. How did bring the panel
All
up?
right.
How did
All right,
I
so
feel
hold
like
on,
I sold out? And then you bring up a white person and a Mexican person. That don't work.
I'll let you get off. Let me respond.
Yes, sir.
Number one, there's not just, yes, there are, my chat is a mixed bag. There's a lot of black people who agree with what I'm doing and what I've said. A lot of them. They're in this chat right now. But what I say is, even amongst that, black people aren't a monolith, brother. We look at everything the same exact way. We all don't feel the same exact way. To respond to the first thing you said, absolutely, I'm from the culture, bro. I'm from the inner city of Jamaica, Queens, bro. That's where I grew up. I'm from the street, bro. So it's like, if we're gonna sit here and talk about, do I care about racism? Absolutely. The amount of money I done donated and put into our communities. If you want to look at my background, I've helped get laws changed, brother. It's on the internet. Like all of the stuff that I've done for the black community is documented. And even things that I've done for the black community that's not about publicized or anything. So I'm not saying that. But I'm going to sit here and say is that for the reason why I can say I don't care is everything I've done. If you want to nitpick what I did, that's fine. I could take that. I could take the criticism. I could take that, right? That's a part of the game. But what I will say is that I want the energy to be the same. And if you're going to hold me to the standard, I expect you to also uphold the standard, which is you shouldn't be watching Ryan Garcia interviews. You shouldn't be watching Ryan Garcia fights. Teofimo
I don't
Lopez.
watch none of his stuff, brother.
All right, cool.
I keep it 100 with you. That's why I agree with the black lady. So I wish I remember her name, but when she said when the Ryan Garcia Alexandria, when she said the Ryan Garcia fight came on, she said she didn't watch. I didn't watch either. I had to find out on my phone that he got dropped in the second round, and that what made me tune in. Like, what the hell, Ryan Garcia got? You know what I'm saying? So I feel where she's coming from, man. I live in Sacramento, California, man, and anybody that's from California know that racist is very big and it's very in our face out here. It might not seem like it, but it's very in our face out here, and it's really nothing we can do about it, from the whites to the Mexicans to everyone. So when I see it online, knowing that Ryan Garcia is from this area, I just literally see what I see when I walk outside, and that's truly why I don't give it a pass. I am, to make an analogy to what you said about giving away. Just because you do this and you do that, just because you do good stuff, that don't make it right. That don't make it okay to do one bad thing. You know, Trump has helped plenty of black people, but he's a racist person. You know what I'm saying? Just because you do all this stuff, that don't mean it gives you an excuse to go help out Ryan Garcia or get money from Ryan Garcia for
it's not about an excuse. It's that I'm okay with myself about who I am and what I stand on in my culture. I don't ask y'all to agree with everything I do. If you don't agree with it, I'm okay with that. But for people to say I'm a sellout or whatever with everything I've done, I just don't respect it. Criticism, I can respect.
That's why you're a sellout, bro. That's because everything you've done. If you didn't know and you were already interviewing all these people, you know what I'm saying? Then it wouldn't be like that. Like, it's like the streets. Like, oh man, he's a Samaritan, bro. He don't know no better. You know better. You, like you say, my background, my check record, you know better. That's why we calling you a sellout, because we know that you know better. And that's all I got to say, bro. All right, man.
Salute for pulling up. I mean, a sellout is crazy, but more power to you, brother. Thank you for your opinion. Salute.
Yep.
All right, let me get Alexandria back, y'all, because she was on here cooking before I got. So let me get Alexandria and then strap up. A lot of no camera niggas want to get on, and you're not getting on. If you really got something to say, show your goddamn face. Be a man about it, or a woman about it. Excuse me, Alexandria, come up here, please.
All right. First off, you're not a sellout. All right. So let's make that very clear. And we can agree to disagree. And I respect you for even opening up your platform to your fans because you don't even have to do that. So salute to you for that. But like I was saying, I go based off of somebody's character. And I feel like if you're not just saying racist stuff just because you're bipolar or whatever, like that's just what you feel inside. And that's what you chose to do. And he didn't do it again. But who's to say he won't next year or the year after or the year? Like we just don't know because we don't know what the future holds. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold him accountable to what he did do. And I also felt like he really wasn't that apologetic. Everyone has to say they're sorry, and I feel like if he would have did something behind that apology, I would have felt like a little bit more like compassionate towards it. That's one. And then my last thing for you, Naji, and this is my issue that I feel with like a lot of like Black platforms or just Black people in general when we become successful. And this is my question for you. Do you feel as though you have a duty to your community?
Hold on, you one more time. Say it again, please.
I said, do you feel as though you have a duty to your community? Or are
Yes.
you just doing this? Okay. So
Wait,
I
wait.
think that,
Let me say this though.
yeah.
I do feel I have a duty to my community. With that being said, does that mean that the community runs what I do and what I say and who I could interview? No, absolutely not. But that duty to me is like, and one, like I said, sister, I want to thank you because I could take criticism. Criticism is cool. I could take that. So I would take into what you said is the apology should be backed by something. And I can make sure next time if I ever interview somebody else, I can include that in what I'm saying is, all right, cool. If you really apologize, you should be able to do this as well. So
Mhm.
thank you for letting me know that because I agree with you on that. Do I feel like I have a duty to my community? Yes, I do have a duty to my community, but it's also not based on me appeasing everyone. I think my duty to my community is I employ Black people. I help other young Black people get in the position to do what they do. And I'm one of those people that it's up to me. I feel like it's my responsibility morally to help people that look like me also get in the position that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? The next generation. So yes, to that extent I do. But if it's just like people say don't interview somebody, I can't necessarily get down with that. But finish what else you had to say, please.
No, that was just it. I just feel like as a part of our duty to our community, we have to be careful the things that we do. And I get what you're saying, like it's your platform, you can interview whoever you want, and I get that, but you got to think about the message that sends. Especially to Black people, because we are very sensitive when it comes down to race relations in this country. There's gonna be a lot of backlash, and a lot of people are gonna be upset, and rightfully so, because there was nothing that he did behind that apology. You get me? So that's just my point on it. I don't know if you heard what I said when I first got on, when I said I don't think that you're a sellout, and I respect you for even opening up the lines and allowing us to have this dialogue.
Yo, thank you very much. I take a lot into what you said into account, and I appreciate you. That's what this is about. I open this
Yeah,
to get feedback from everybody else. So Alexandria, thank you so much. I appreciate
of
everything you
course.
said. All right,
All right.
later. Come on, man. I appreciate that queen. I appreciate her and everything she said. All y'all other clowns just saying clown shit, we don't care about that. But if you come in and it's criticism rightfully, I respect that. And I'm gonna take into account what she said. Let me get strap up in here. Strap up. What's popping?
Nigga, salute, nigga. First off, see, I never knew that. Sony, Black Music, you
Yes,
fucking with
sir.
Sylvia. You're fucking with Sylvia.
Yes,
My
sir.
boy, salute.
Yes, sir.
Now, that being said, I got a few points. Number one, Nigga, Charles Manson got interviewed, nigga. Does that mean that CBS News and ABC and all them niggas supported what the motherfucker did? No. Now, sister, you beautiful. I see you doing your mom thing. You're a nurturer, you know, and all of that. That's beautiful. But you contradicted yourself. If a nigga does me dirty, nigga, fuck your money, bitch ass nigga. I don't want your shit. So you telling me you won't accept his apology? I don't either. But you won't or his excuse. He's a scumbag. But more on that later. So you won't accept his apology, but if he put a check behind it, it's cool. So you can be bought. That's the very definition of a sellout. Now let's tie that back to the brother Naji. You know what? No, before I do that, let's talk about, are these media guys, the YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, new media, black media, whatever you want to call it, are they doing the fighters are the fighters doing them a favor, or are they doing the fighters a favor? Because somewhere along the way, I think the fighters got it fucked up. These guys are accessible and give you an opportunity to say what you have to say. They're doing you the favor. You're not doing them the favor. I'm not gonna name no names, but most of these guys ain't getting no money like that. If you look at what it costs or what's required for you to get 10,000 a month from YouTube, and you educate yourself on that, and you go and you look at the numbers these guys are doing, they not getting it like that. So Naji obviously doesn't have a financial, that's not his modus operandi for doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Keep your enemies close. I want to hear what the nigga got to say. Personally, I think Ryan Garcia is a scumbag. He's a fucking scumbag. The things that he's done, I understand about bipolar. I get all that and I get all that. But all that does is magnify what you are. If you're a sweet person, a really, really sweet person, and you're bipolar, you're going to be less sweet at times and more sweet at times. Ryan Garcia is a goddamn scumbag, bro. He's a scumbag, and everything that he's done has shown pretty much that he has no honor, he has no integrity. We could talk about how after white people, Latinos are the most racist. We could talk about that, but I'm gonna move beyond that also. As for you, nah, man, you're supposed to be provocative. That's the job of the media. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be provocative because that is what gets views. And Malcolm X, even Malcolm X gave interviews to the people that he didn't fuck with.
That's a fact.
He gave him interviews to the people. So I don't understand, like, what's the big deal? Like, do you want to hear what he has to say? I want to hear what the fuck he got to say. I want to hear what he's got to say. And as far as being a sellout, where was the financial comeuppance for Naji? So that's it. You know what I'm saying? Cigar Talk.
I appreciate you, man. Smoke that cigar on this good Sunday. I appreciate your comments.
Hey, I know you're gonna be in Vegas too, nigga. Where can I link up with you, bro? Where you gonna be at? You at the weigh-in? How can I find you at the weigh-in?
Yo, shoot me a DM, man. Let's tap in. Shoot me a DM, bro.
How do I do that on YouTube? How I do that?
Got Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, I got Instagram.
Yeah, shoot me Naji Chill, Naji Chill. Shoot me a DM. Let's tap in, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Peace.
All right, salute.
Yeah.
All right, let me get Remy, my boy Remy in here. Yo, Remy, you in here? I think they said Remy in here. Money Mark 71S. Great interview with King Rod. Keep the great interviews coming and let the haters do what they do. Salute, brother. I forgot to read this. All over the place with Dino Wells. Let me get Dino. Is Dino Wells up here? Oh yeah, Dino. Coach Dino. Bro, you're a boxing analyst. Damn what people think. You did the interview. Haters will hate. You continue to deliver great content. You did not sell out. People are goofy. F saying you sold out. Okay, thank you, brother. I don't think so, but all right. Coach Dino, what's up? What's popping?
What's good, man? What's good? Like I said, bro. Um, Outstanding platform. I'm new to your platform, though. You know, I listen to some of the other people, but you came across my radar because you've been talked about on other people's platform as being a sellout. Let me see what the hell they talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at some of your stuff, and I'm like, oh no, man. People can say what they want to say. You can interview who you want to interview. I don't think you was a sellout. I don't even think right what people the last cat was talking about Ryan Garcia. People go through things. People go through things, people say things they don't mean sometimes. I'm not saying that he meant what he said or Teofimo meant what he said or whatever. People try to hype up their fights and so forth and go the racist route. Oh boy did say that what he said that one that serial killer got interviewed. Jeffrey Dahmer got interviewed before. So you know what I mean? And he ate a bunch of black people. You know what I mean? So he got interviewed. Just to touch on that subject, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you're not no sellout, bro. Continue to do what you do. I'm gonna start watching you more. It's not like I'm not gonna watch you because they say that you're a sellout. Why would I do that? I'm about to start a platform soon, and I can learn from you and these other clowns that's out there that's talking crap. But I just know
Man,
not to talk
I
crap about other
appreciate
people.
that, brother. I really appreciate that, my brother. What's the name of your platform that you're gonna start? What's the name of it so we could tune in?
Box Bang Move.
What's it called? Box what?
Box Bang Move.
Box Bane Move.
Yeah, I'm coach. I coach at Haven Brady's boxing gym over in Albany, Georgia, bro. He's up and coming future world champion, Haven Brady Jr.
Okay, well, make sure y'all check it out. Box Bane Move. Coach Dino, I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, later. Let me get Keith and then good buddy. Keith, what's popping?
Naji, what's up, baby?
What's up, good brother? Yo,
How
listen,
you doing?
man. Yo, pause, but you know what I'm saying? Your shit live right now. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I said pause. Your beard is hitting right there with the light, my nigga.
Appreciate
You.
you.
What's up? Talk to
Well,
me, man. How you feeling? A lot of people were upset. Are you the one of the ones that are upset or not really?
not at all, man. Not at all. First and foremost, like let me just make this clear, right? Half these people in the chat, probably more than half, got a job that y'all get up and go to and work for the white man, and you sell out every day by selling your time to these jobs that don't care about you in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Let's just make that clear. Also, what people have to understand, especially with our people, is yes, you do have an obligation to our people, which you fulfill with the things that you already said you do in the neighborhood, giving back, all of that good stuff. But you have an obligation of boxing as well to those people who want to know the answers to those questions. You get what I'm saying? So at the same time, like you said before, black people, we're not a monolith. There's people that want to know these things. It is black people want an explanation to why he said these things. Not saying you agree with him. You could still disagree with him, but at the same time, it's just like you still have an obligation to your fans in general that want to know, that knows that you are the only one that's going to ask him these kinds of questions, knowing that these other platforms is not going to do it. So they come to you for that sense of, okay, we know Naji's going to go up here. He's going to keep it real. He's going to ask them the questions we want to know.
That's what made me a little upset about the people and the detractors was like, and I'll say upset because again, I don't mind. It's comments at the end of the day. It doesn't affect my real life. It's like niggas making comments. But I'm saying is like, it's no other platform in the game that even asked about racism.
Exactly.
No one even did that. And it's like, y'all gonna come at me, the nigga that if I didn't do it the way y'all wanted to do it or the way you liked it, or all right, I can take that. But it's like niggas ain't even ask a nigga at all, and y'all gonna do me like that? It's like, damn. All right.
And if anything, and I would challenge everybody to look at it like this as well, right? I'm not gonna say you made him apologize because obviously he apologized before, but you are giving him the platform to explain himself and to really apologize to everybody. You get what I'm saying? Apologize to the people he's offended, he's hurt, and all of this, all of this kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, if people are avoiding these kinds of questions and they're just letting them slide and just going up there and just talking about all the good and not addressing the bad, we're not going to get to no resolution, right? You ask them what it is that you feel about the situation. How do you feel now? You ask them questions about prior to what happened, what made you feel like this, and how do you feel after, right? So we can get a better understanding on what was going on with him. None of this is an indication that you agreed with nothing. You clearly said that you wasn't rocking with it. You was mad. You said the same way you felt about Tio, the whole Tio situation. You felt in that moment, but you do have an understanding. And I do this for a living, right? So let me just clear this up too, and then I'm gonna get off here. You feel me? I work with people with disabilities, right? Developmental disabilities. I work with people with bipolar, that was bipolar, all of this, right? I've been doing this for years. So what people don't realize is that people keep saying, "Oh, you know, when people have these issues, that it just enhance or it's things that they already feel come out." No, you get what I'm saying? You ever dealt with somebody with dementia? Things they
Yeah.
may forget and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They start saying things that they might have seen on movies. They start getting into different characters and people and things that they not even, you get what I'm saying? That's not even them. You know what I'm saying? It's people that start acting like cowboys and thinking that because they used to watch westerns growing up, things like that. So there's a lot of things that happen. I'm not making an excuse because I still don't rock with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I know that we have to be a little bit more compassionate when it comes to not him, but when it comes to the job that you have to fulfill to us as fans, right? You still have an obligation to not only just black people, but to yourself as somebody who covers the sport of boxing. You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely, man. Yo, listen, I appreciate you, Keith. Thank you for pulling up,
appreciate
man.
you. Salute.
Give me
Salute.
your opinion. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All right. All right, let me get Good Buddy and then Peyton. It's a lot of people in the chat, y'all. I'm trying to get to everybody. Let me get Good Buddy.
Hey,
Ah, this nigga, man.
hey, y'all be excited. Hey, first off, can I say this? Hey, so people talking about you. Look, last time I checked, it's not black boxing. We talking boxing, right? We talking
Yeah.
boxing. Look, boxing didn't land on Cigar Talk. Cigar Talk landed on boxing. Fuck y'all talking about, man. He's supposed to interview everybody. Everybody get interviewed. I want to hear. With that being said, though, you're an asshole. You're a true asshole for letting him get on. Look, don't nobody care what that Mexican nigga, that half a wetback, that cat. As long as I say sorry,
Oh,
it's
come
okay,
on.
right?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
As long
Don't
as I
do
say
that.
sorry, it's okay though. That's what he said.
All
That's
right,
not
but
what he said.
yeah, but he ain't say it on here. Don't do that on here, bro.
My bad. I take it back. Can we rewind it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't do that on here.
Listen to me. Don't nobody give a fuck with that fake Oscar De La Hoya. Look, in my opinion, I think you're doing him a favor because I still want to see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight too. I want to see if he can beat Devin Haney without the PEDs. That PED using fake Mexican, half American. I don't know what you want to call this dude, bro. I don't know. You got him on there. You got him. I don't give a fuck about none of that mental disease shit. I don't care about none of that. I got mental problems too. So what are you talking about now? They on some bullshit. Hey, I cut my hair off because his dad was calling Mr. Haney a nappy haired person, bro. He was calling, I got nappy hair. I got nappy hair, Mr. Ryan Garcia. I got alopecia. I feel like Will Smith, and I need to go handle Chris Rock on stage right now. Nigga, I feel like Will Smith, and I need to go handle Chris Rock. What you talking about, Mr. Garcia? I challenge Mr. Garcia to a ring, an expedition, My bad, what's going on? What's going on? Who on it? Hey, look, y'all talking about teaching shit. Ching, nigga, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. Who want it? Y'all call me going to Chicago, got me geeked on this bitch.
Yo, why you be doing this? You come on here and you be wilding every time, bro. You come
This
on
the
here,
energy you give me, bro. This the energy you give me. This the energy. Look, you on there talking about, hey, they like, oh, well, he interviewed Ryan Garcia and we shouldn't be on here talking. Ryan Garcia a fighter. He not a great fighter. Shit, I don't even know if he a good fighter.
All right.
Hey, he got on here and got his ass whipped by Rolly.
Hold on. Y'all got to come back later. I got to drop everybody down. My special guest is here. Let me talk to the special guest, and we'll get to everything later, y'all. Everybody in the chat, my apologies. I'm gonna drop y'all down, but come back as soon as this is over. But I got to talk to my special guest. Yo, you be bugging out, man. What the hell? This guy is crazy, bro. Yo, hold on. Let me kick everybody. Everybody go down. Let me drop you down. My special guest is here. Let me talk to my special guest, and then we're gonna get to the. Y'all are nuts, man. Oh my god. Yo, Peyton, I'm gonna get to you too, bro. If you could wait till after this, I'll get back to you. All right. Let me introduce my special guest. Yeah, Ezel. Yeah, Ezel is crazy, man. Ezel is crazy. All right. I had to do this interview because y'all know how we do. Obviously, I bring the biggest fighters in the sport on the channel. Y'all know that. But it's also important to talk to the people behind the scenes, the ones that are making these moves happen, the ones that help us understand the business of boxing. And this gentleman here, he's been in the sport for 30 plus years, giving us the top fights that we want to see. He's been a part of some of the biggest fights in history. He's also a part of the card that's coming up, which is also probably might be one of the biggest fights in history, Canelo Crawford. No, it's not Bud's trainer. This gentleman's name is Mr. Tom Loeffler. He was also the head of K2 Promotions with Triple G, with James Toney. Right now, he represents Callum Walsh, Serhii Boachuk. And Tom Loeffler is one of the guys that have been the biggest promoters in the sport of boxing. A lot of people are saying who. You're going to know after this. This is why I brought him here, so you can understand and you can understand his story. Tom is a legend. Thank you. He's a legend in the sport of boxing, and I got to bring him up. Please listen to his story, and then we're going to get back to the cooking. We're going to get back to the cooking. Let me bring up my special guest, Mr. Tom Loeffler, in the building.
Hey, Naji, how are you?
Tom, it's good to see you again. How are you, sir?
It's good to see you. It was great seeing you in New York when Callum Walsh fought there at the Garden on St. Patrick's Day, and now he's got a huge opportunity fighting Fernando Vargas Jr. as the co-feature of the, really the biggest boxing show in a long time. Canelo Crawford at Allegiant Stadium live on Netflix.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get to everything. We got to get to Callum Walsh. We got to get to Boachuk and all of the current guys.
Yep.
But I just want some of my fans in here, or my family rather. They're not fans, they family. The family in here to know, who aren't necessarily familiar with you and know your history. I mean, you're the guy that you ran K2 Promotions. You've been in this for 30 years. Could you please just give a roundabout summary of like some of the things that you've done?
Absolutely, Naji. Well, I started actually in '92, 33 years ago. I got into the boxing business through a close friend of mine, Harlan Warner, who was representing Muhammad Ali. And whenever Muhammad did appearances or autograph signings, things of that nature, Harlan would arrange them. And he was the king of sports memorabilia. We wound up signing a couple of active boxers at the time, and one of them from your neck of the woods, Kevin Kelly from Flushing, Queens, New York. That was the first fighter we signed, and Kevin became champion about maybe 8 months after we signed him. And ever since then, once you get involved with your first fighter that you're working with, then the boxing bug bites you. And I've been doing this, like I said, for 33 years. I got Shane Mosley his world title fight against Philip Holiday on HBO. First show ever at the Mohegan Sun. Then
Shane Mosley was signed to you
as on an advisor agreement. Yep, that's right. We guaranteed him when we signed him. We guaranteed him. Nobody wanted to fight Shane at the time. He was rated, I think, like number 5 in the world, but nobody wanted to get close to him because they all knew how good he was. And then I did a deal with Cedric Kushner. We guaranteed Shane a world title fight within a year, and Cedric was able to deliver Philip Holiday, the IBF champion, and Shane won. And then, the rest is history there. So Shane had a historic career. James Toney I worked with for about 5 fights. Obakar from Detroit, the Motor City car, great, tremendous fighter that came up under the Chrome system.
Let me ask you this, Tom, because obviously the guy that we all know and love, big drama show, the big drama show, Mr. Triple G.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. First of all, can you explain to me, because Triple G's a guy that, European, I believe Kazakhstan, he became this like sensation, right? Like everybody knew him, everybody wanted to see him fight. When you discovered Triple G, could you tell me, like, what was it that you saw? Like, what drew you in that you knew Triple G would become this phenomenon?
A lot of people thought that I brought him to America and to Abel Sanchez, but actually Abel had been training Triple G in Big Bear before I started working with him. I had known Abel from the Obakar days, and I met with Abel, met with his managers out of Stuttgart, met with Triple G, And when Abel said this is the hardest punching fighter I've ever worked with, and he's worked with tremendous talents like Terry Norris and like 20 world champions. So when Abel said that, that's all I really needed to know. The problem was nobody knew who Triple G was over here. His English wasn't that great. It was his third language. And the promoter he had signed with in Germany really wasn't doing a job as far as getting him in line for a world title fight. So once we signed Triple G, we fought him. He fought a few times. It's an interesting story, actually, Naji. The first time this probably ever happened in boxing history, he was supposed to fight as the co-feature to Vladimir Klitschko in a 50,000-seat soccer stadium in Dusseldorf, Germany. And then Vladimir wound up getting sick on a Monday of fight week. He had a kidney stone removed. He couldn't fight. So Triple G went from fighting from 50,000-seat stadium to a 500-seat ballroom in the host hotel.
Oh, wow.
we already had the opponent. He was there. All the boxing commission was there. So we just did the same show or the same undercard, just on a much smaller level.
Wow. So, all right, when Abel told you, all right, this guy, Triple G, he's the hardest hitter, when you first saw him, right? Like you saw him, you said, all right, you know what, Abel, you said this, I believe in you. Let's do it. When you first saw it, did you know that he was going to be the sensation that he was? Like, did you know, like, I got something here?
You can never predict, just like Cal Walsh. He's young. He's a big puncher, very charismatic, but you can never predict how far a young fighter like that. Triple G actually wasn't that young. A lot of people don't realize he was 30 years old already by the time I started working with him. So he was already almost at that age where a lot of fighters retire. So I didn't have a lot of time to start building him. I had to build him very quickly. We had meetings after we signed a contract with him. We had meetings in New York with HBO, Showtime, Epix at the time. And, it was a pretty easy pitch where I told him, he's a WBA. He was an interim champion at the time. Said he'll fight anyone in the middleweight division. He doesn't need a lot of money. He just wants the TV exposure. You just need to give him an opportunity. And, they all kind of like hemmed and hawed and went around in circles. And then finally, that was January. Finally, September opened up where Dmitry Pirog was supposed to fight Daniel Geale. Geale pulled out to fight Sturm. And then they said, okay, well, if you'll fight Dmitry Pirog, we can put that on as a unification fight because nobody wanted to fight Pirog. And that's why I think Geale went to Germany to fight Sturm. Geale was the one, if you remember, that knocked out Danny Jacobs in 2 rounds. Huge puncher. So I said, yeah, that's no problem. We'll fight Pirog. That would have been a great fight. Unfortunately, Pirog got injured, and then subsequently never fought again. And then they put on Proxa, the European champion from Poland. And Triple G wound up knocking him out in 5 rounds. And then the rest was history. Once he got on HBO, the HBO fans saw him. They saw the big drama show. They saw him walking in the ring with his walkout music. He smiles before the fight or, after the fight, whatever it is. But when he's in the ring, he was really intense. And he wanted to impress the fans. And he definitely impressed everyone at HBO. And they said they had never received so many emails and comments of like, we want to see Triple G again. And then he fought Gabe Rosado in January, and he was the most active champion at the time. And that's really what led to growing him so fast, because when HBO didn't have enough dates, we went to Monte Carlo, made world title defenses over there. And, it was great. It was a great ride working with Triple G.
So let me ask you, before we start to get onto your current roster, let me get a couple. Starman says, ask him if he ever saw Benavidez spar Triple G. And let me give you the context. Benavidez said on my show, he said that one of the hardest guys that he sparred was Triple G, and he was a young kid. And he said Triple G hurt him, but he said he feel like he hits Triple G with something that might have stung him as well. But did you happen to see that sparring at all?
I was up there, and David Benavidez is a great guy. That was some tremendous work. If you can imagine, excuse me, if you can imagine those guys sparring each other, 2 of the biggest punchers in boxing, that was tremendous work. Triple G always kind of took it easy on some of the younger guys up there because he never wanted to hurt the sparring partners, never wanted to hurt the younger people he wanted to teach them. They always ask him for tips and things like that. We had lots of sparring partners come in, and he treated them always very well because it was so hard to get people to spar with them that we wanted them to come back. So Benavidez was great sparring. He sparred with Canelo. I didn't see the Canelo sparring. That was actually before I started working with him. Doug Fisher did go up there, and he watched the Canelo sparring. Canelo also was a lot younger at the time, but yeah, it was tremendous, tremendous work up there.
Now, you've been a part of some of the biggest fights in history. Canelo Triple G is literally one of the biggest and highest grossing fights in the history of the sport. Top 10, actually. How does this upcoming fight with Canelo and Crawford compare to that? You have some guys that are on this card. How do you feel like it compares to that fight?
Well, Triple G had a huge fan base. He had built up a huge fan base. He had sold out Madison Square Garden. We broke the record at the War Grounds down there at the StubHub Arena in Los Angeles. He sold out the Forum. He sold out the O2 Arena. So he had a huge international fan base built up. Canelo also naturally had a tremendous fan base. So when you match those two fan bases, it was such a fun, just a which I say worldwide fan-friendly event that we did. That was at T-Mobile, and we actually set the record for the third highest grossing boxing match in Nevada history, including all the Mayweather fights, all the Tyson fights. This Canelo Triple G one was the third highest grossing. We did $27 million at the gate. I believe it was like 1.3 million pay-per-views at the time, which was a very solid number.
They said it earned $27 million for the first one.
Say that one more time.
I said online they said it grossed about $27 million.
For the gate, you put the gate and then you put the pay-per-view revenue in there, you put the sponsorship revenue in there, a lot of international television rights. So that fight did really well. If you compare it to this fight, this is in a 65,000 seat stadium. My understanding is it's already eclipsed what we did for the Triple G Canelo fight. Much bigger audience naturally, but I mean in that stadium at the Legion Stadium. I think the first fight would have, could have sold out Legion Stadium also. That was the demand that we saw for that first fight. But this is a great matchup. You got Canelo Crawford, two legends of the sport. So you see a lot of energy coming in for this fight as well.
Now, Tom, can you explain to me? I know Dana White is your guy. You both are involved in this new business venture with UFC Fight Pass. I don't know if it's called Zofa Boxing. Can you explain to me you and Dana White's business together?
Well, when I met with Dana with Callum Walsh about 3 years ago, and in fact that was on Callum's 21st birthday. So it was just like about three and a half years ago, and I told Dana same thing that similar that what Abel Sanchez told me about Triple G. Freddie Roach told me about Callum Walsh. He's a young guy, hits very hard, very impressed with Callum Walsh. And so when I flew up to the UFC offices up here in Las Vegas, met with Dana, and I said, look, here's a young Irish guy, really hungry, trained by Freddie Roach. Dana and Freddie go way back to the Boston days. So he gave the green light to do shows on UFC Fight Pass, the boxing shows on UFC Fight Pass. The first year we surpassed every boxing show rating that they had previously done. So then he did a 3-year deal with us, and Callum has developed into what is he now? 14-0 with 11 knockouts, and now he fought at Madison Square Garden 3 times, fought in Boston, fought in Dublin, and then a number of times in LA. So Callum's very well positioned. You see the blueprint, similar blueprint that I did with Triple G. I always am a big believer. If you call someone a world champion, I'm a big believer in they need to fight all over the world. There's a lot of American fighters or fighters that fight in America that only fight in one city or one state or like one region, and you could probably name a lot of those fighters. But my belief is, if they're a world champion, they should fight all over the place. Triple G fought in Tokyo, sold out the Saitama Arena out there, and Callum Walsh already fought in Dublin and had the loudest 5,000 fans I've ever seen at the 3 Arena or I've ever heard. So that was how it started with Dana. He gave us the dates on the UFC Fight Pass. We exceeded, I would say, the expectations for the ratings, because I was doing the same promotion that I was doing for the HBO events just on UFC Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass is the largest streaming service of combat sports in the world, and they do over 220 events. Our boxing events were very successful, and so this is Dana's first venture into the boxing business with the Canelo Crawford fight. So I don't want to go too much on that, because I'll let Dana speak as far as what his intentions are, but I have a great relationship with Dana, and my promise to him was we always put on competitive fights on Fight Pass. We put on the type of pacing he likes. If you notice, the UFC fights, they go back to back to back, and the early fights are very competitive. And you look at the blueprint for our shows. The early fights are very competitive. The pacing is very fast, and the fans really seem to appreciate that. Regardless of where we go, we always get a great reaction from the fans.
Now let's talk about Callum Walsh. I mean, this kid, I was at the last fight. It felt like the whole Ireland was in MSG Theater. It was crazy. And I thought he almost killed that guy. He beat the hell out of the last guy. How high do you see Callum Walsh's ceiling being? Like, this guy already, he has a fan base in New York. How big do you think this thing can go?
You know, there's not too many things that surprise me anymore in boxing after 30 years. But you know, Dean Sutherland was 19-1, great European style boxer. I thought that would go rounds, and when Callum stopped him in the first round, I was shocked. You know, he started out very fast and just never let up, and really just overwhelmed a veteran like Dean Sutherland. So that surprised me, and you could see Callum is peaking right now, where he's 24 years old. He just starts out very strong or very fast. His punches are very strong, and has a tremendous combination of being a southpaw fighter and now being matched up with another young undefeated fighter, Fernando Vargas Jr. I know the Vargas family for a long time. I've known Fernando. He grew up there in the Oxnard area naturally or famously, fighting out of La Colonia boxing gym, and Robert Garcia. I know that whole group, and I actually helped Fernando Jr. and Amato get their first fights when it was in the pandemic and it was hard to do boxing shows. I helped them get on different shows and got their first few fights. And this is a great matchup. This is what the boxing fans want to see: is two young guys or two guys in their prime. They're both undefeated. They're not going around trying to protect their undefeated record. They're putting their undefeated records on the line. But this is a huge opportunity for them to be the co-feature on Netflix, where they know there's gonna be so many millions of people watching them. It's a tremendous opportunity for both fighters.
Now, tell me about your other fighters, Serhii Bohachuk. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show. He told me, he said that he's half Ukrainian and half Mexican. He said he has big Mexican balls. That's what he said.
You're right.
Bohachuk is a fighter that I really like and enjoy. He has a lot of talent. Tell me about this, because there were some rumors initially that Boots, Eddie Hearn, I believe, said he sent you guys an offer to fight Boots, and it was turned down. Are there any truth to those rumors?
There is truth to that, but I had told Eddie that we already had a fight scheduled. I said he could go ahead and send the offer through, but we were slated. Serhii was slated to be on this show, and when we got the confirmation that he was on the show, we look at this as a much bigger opportunity for him to be on a show like this that's going to be seen all over the world. He can do the rematch with Brandon Adams. Hopefully he's successful, and he could really redeem his only loss of his career, which we feel, because we felt he beat Virgil Ortiz. He knocked down Virgil, and just feel that he got a bad decision as Virgil being the challenger. But so he doesn't feel badly about the Virgil Ortiz decision. But with Brandon Adams, he definitely wanted to erase that. And I told Eddie, we could always do a Boots Ennis fight in the future. Let Boots Ennis get settled into 154. Let him, potentially win a world title. I mean, Boots isn't going anywhere. He'll be there. I think he has a tremendous upside in his career, and that fight will only get bigger. But for Serhii being on this show, on a Riyadh season show that's going to be seen all over the world, was an opportunity that we couldn't turn down, or that he didn't want to turn down, especially against Brandon Adams. And that's he didn't turn down the Boots Ennis fight. He took the opportunity to fight Brandon Adams on this show. That's probably the better way to put it.
Is a Virgil Ortiz rematch something that you all like, that y'all want, or does Serhii want? Is that something that's important to him, or has he kind of moved on from? I thought he got robbed as well. I didn't think that Virgil won that fight, but is that something that he still wants?
He would definitely want the rematch, but he's not obsessed with it. He feels content. So does his trainer Manny Robles. They all feel that he beat Virgil, so it's not like he's obsessed on the need to get the rematch. But if the opportunity presented itself, he would definitely fight the rematch with Virgil. Most of the people agree with what you said, and it was clearly my spot. It was a very close fight. I don't want to take anything away from Virgil. It was a very close fight. But when you put in those two knockdowns, I mean, that's 4 points that in a very close fight that you have to overcome. And I just don't know how the judges scored it the other way. But that's boxing. Unfortunately, sometimes in Las Vegas, the first Triple G Canelo fight, we had one judge that scored it 10-2 when the majority of people thought Triple G beat him in the first fight. So, those are one of those things. Sergey Bohachuk has a very unique style. He doesn't have a one-punch knockout style like Triple G did. Triple G could end a fight with one punch, literally, like he did with Matthew Macklin with a body shot, broke his rib, or Daniel Deal.
I remember that. That was
With a
bad.
headshot. I mean, there were so many one-punch knockouts that Triple G had. That's what really brought the excitement on the Triple G side. Bohachuk has also a high knockout ratio, but he doesn't have that one-punch knockout style. He has such a high rate of work ethic and punch output and heavy-handedness that he just wears the opponents down and winds up stopping him mostly in the later rounds. And so he's a very exciting fighter, Bohachuk.
Okay, I see that. Well, let me ask you this, because you mentioned Triple G again. I just got to ask about Triple G because that was the man. All right, there was a time where a lot of people were clamoring for Triple G versus Andre Ward. Was that ever something that was realistic for you, like as the promoter? Was that ever like a realistic fight, or was it always like, no, this isn't something that's realistic for my guy to move up to 68?
That fight's really been blown out of proportion in the media. I think a lot due to what Andre put out there. But the most realistic time that fight could have happened was when Andre Ward was going to fight in Ontario, and I heard the opponent, I forgot the guy's name, he was getting $1 million. And I told HBO, I said, hey, Triple G will fight him for $1 million. This was early on, I think 2013, maybe 2014. And they turned it down on their side because Andre was just coming off the shoulder surgery. Dan Goosen had turned it down. That's what HBO had told me. So that was the most realistic time. The thing that Andre had put out there was when we had announced the David Lemieux fight. That was Triple G's first unification fight. First time we could get a world champion to get in the ring with him. It was his first HBO pay-per-view event, and it was in Madison Square Garden. Completely sold out the Garden. We did good numbers on HBO pay-per-view, and he picked up another title. And the day we announced it, about 3 hours later, I got an email from David over at Rock Nation saying, would you fight Andre Ward at 168 at 50-50? And we're like, well, Dave, we just announced his next fight. I said, after this fight, we can see what happens. I said his priority would be to unify all the middleweight belts. But if an opportunity to fight Andre in the future came up, then we'd consider it. And then Andre kind of blew it out of proportion, saying that, I turned the fight down in like 15 minutes or something like that. But it just wasn't realistic. And then after that, he moved up to 175 anyway to fight Kovalev. So at that point, when he moved up 2 divisions, then at that point it wasn't a realistic fight anyway.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Now, Tom, they always make jokes in my chat. It's the nature of the chat. They joke on me. They joke on everyone who comes on here. That's the chat. They say you look like the guy Harvey from TMZ. Do you know who that is?
Harvey Levin, yeah, sure. He works out. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually know Harvey Levin. He works out at Gold's Gym. And yeah, so I've seen it at Gold's Gym. We actually had Triple G on TMZ a number of times back in the day. So yeah, so I know Harvey.
You think you look like Harvey, Tom?
I'm not sure if I look like him, but that's okay. I'll go with that. I always got, who I always used to get was the guy from Full House. I used to always get that.
Bob Saget? Uncle?
Yeah, Bob Saget. I used to always get Bob Saget.
Okay. All right, just a couple of more questions. I want to know, because, there's been so much made about what Dana's doing in boxing now, and I think it's called Zuffa Boxing. Are you involved in that? Like, are you guys partners in those ventures together?
I'm definitely involved in what he plans to do. That was, again, my promise as far as building fighters on UFC Fight Pass and then helping him then branch out into the boxing business. He's so successful. I consider Dana the greatest combat sports promoter in the world. A lot of people give me a lot of credit for taking a guy from Kazakhstan that spoke broken English.
Oh, that was amazing, Tom. That was amazing. I can't believe you did that.
A lot of promoters couldn't understand that blueprint. I mean, nobody really has done that before. But when nobody wanted to work with a guy like Triple G, because they're like, what are we going to do with a guy from Kazakhstan that we don't know what to do with? We don't know how to market him. We don't know where to put him. And I took the bull by the horns, and like I said, it turned him into a global phenomenon. Wherever we went, Naji went to Mexico City. He had fans there. We went to a WBC convention one time in China, and he had tons of fans there because all of his fights were shown in China. didn't matter. Like we went to Tokyo and fought out there. He had fans there. It just wherever we went, Monaco to the O2 Arena in London, just he was a global phenomenon because people just appreciated that he was humble, that he would smile at his opponents. He never you never see him do all the antics at the weigh-in and pushing people or doing whatever, throwing eggs or whatever they do these days. You know, he would just smile at them, and then he just knew he was going to knock them out in the ring. So that's what the people appreciated, especially the Mexican fans. When we broke the record at the StubHub Center, it was about 80% Mexican fans in the arena. They're the most dedicated, loyal, and smartest boxing fans. They really understand the sport, and they appreciate like who they're watching. And the Mexican fans gravitated to him because they just really liked his style.
Just a couple more questions, Tom. Number one, with Triple G, did you guys give him those like talking points, or is that just him? He would come back and say like, "Hey guys, hey guys, this is Big Drama Show," and it was a thing. Him talking English was a part of the appeal. Did you guys give him those talking points, or it was just him?
No, that was all him. It wasn't scripted. It was authentic, and I think that's what the fans appreciated. It really came through when Max Kellerman asked him, like, well, you know, what style would you say? Because he had such a devastating knockout style. He said, how would you describe your style? And he looked at Abel Sanchez. He said, Mexican style. You know? And Abel really taught him that the body shots, you know, being very aggressive, and really smothering the opponents. And that, again, when he said Mexican style, naturally the Mexican fans really loved that. And he got a huge supporters for them. Like when he fought Canelo, it was literally a 50-50 audience. A lot of Mexican fans were rooting for Triple G. Naturally, Canelo had his share of Mexican fans. So that was it was like a soccer match being at that show. Or when he fought at the Garden, remember we had Chocolatito as the co-feature, and that was like a soccer match where you had all the flags out there during the boxing matches, and it was a great atmosphere when Triple G would walk into the ring.
Now, what do you think about the state of boxing where, you know, the big network cable televisions, they're not participating anymore, the HBOs and Showtimes, everything is sort of moved to apps. We've seen Dana just announce a huge Paramount deal with the UFC. What do you think about the nature of boxing and the distribution models? Do you think it's good for the sport? Do you think it hurts the sport? What do you think we're at as a community when it comes to distribution?
You know, that's a great question, Naji, because, you know, I grew up watching Sugar Ray Leonard on network TV, watching, you know, Mike Tyson. You know, then it went to HBO and Showtime and ESPN. The ESPN deal with Top Rank just came up. So now it's really everything has gone to streaming service. Like you said, when Dana announced that tremendous Paramount Plus deal, like over $7 billion for 7 years. I mean, that's phenomenal. But they're getting great content. And I would expect that he's going to do something similar on the boxing side, but you know that's not finalized yet. But that would bring, I think Dana's going to bring a lot of energy into the sport of boxing. The way he promotes, I mean, you look at the social media that they generate from the UFC offices in Las Vegas, the amount of content that they pump out. I mean, what they did with Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor and John Jones. I mean, the list goes on and on. It just, you know, they create legends in the UFC, and I really think they're going to do something similar on the boxing side. So I'm here to support Dana for sure. What he does in boxing.
All right, now 2 more questions, Tom. What would you say out of your illustrious career, your 30+ years in this sport? What's your most memorable? Like when you sit back and you get a drink and a cigar, and you just think about all the shit that I've done here. What is a memory that sticks out to you that you would say you're most proud of?
You know, that's a good question, Naji. I would say one of the fights that sticks out the most to me is when Vitaly Klitschko fought Lennox Lewis. The way that came about was really.
That was the one with the cut.
That was the one with the cut. It was a really interesting way that came about. If you remember, Lennox Lewis, I believe, was supposed to fight Kirk Johnson. And then Mike Tyson was supposed to be the co-feature on the show because Mike Tyson was the one to sell tickets and Lennox Lewis was a champion.
Yeah.
And Vitaly was the mandatory for Lennox Lewis. You know, I said both the brothers, Vitaly and Vladimir, were in L.A. I said, you know what, let's go drive down to the press conference at Staples Center. and which is crypto.com now. And we go down there, and Steve Kim runs out. He says, Mike Tyson's off the show. You should get Vitaly on the show. I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. So we walked in there, made it clear to everyone, Vitaly's available. He's a mandatory challenger to Lennox Lewis. He would be ready to fight. Gary Shaw, who was the promoter of the show, said they wanted nothing to do with Lennox Lewis. with Vitaly to be on the show. So we had known, our attorney had known Tim Lewicki from AEG that owned Staples Center, and we said, look, you got a heavyweight from Ukraine. There's a lot of Ukrainian people in Los Angeles, a lot of Russian-speaking people in Los Angeles, and we were able to get Vitaly as the co-feature. And then, if you remember, when Kirk Johnson got injured, they gave both fighters about 2 weeks notice. They said, or 2.5 weeks notice, they said, look, they told Lennox, like, look, if you want to keep the show, you got to fight Vitaly. And we actually had him boxed in because we had a ruling from the WBC that he was allowed to fight Kirk Johnson. And then after that, he had to fight Lennox Lewis. There was no, he had to fight Vitaly Klitschko. There was no other way about it. So when Kirk Johnson pulled out, basically he had to fight Vitaly. The question was, would it be on that show or would they reschedule it? And back then, Vitaly wasn't as well known in the U.S. as he is now. And it was a huge fight. Both guys agreed to the fight. But Vitaly, is a great story. Vitaly told me, I'd be like, you sure you want to fight Lennox Lewis on 2 weeks' notice? Because it was a different style that he was training for. Lewis was training for a world championship title defense. Vitaly was just like a 10-round fight. And Vitaly's like, look, if it's only one man in front of me in the ring, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm used to fighting, like when he was growing up on the Soviet Union army bases. There'd be like a bunch of people surrounding him. He had to fight like 10 people at a time. He's like, if it's only one guy, it's no problem. Don't worry about it. Just make the fight. So sure enough, he made the fight. One of the most memorable heavyweight fights in history. Certainly the best one that I've ever been at. And Vitaly was winning the fight. Lennox opened up the huge gash. Unfortunately, the doctor stopped it because Vitaly clearly wanted to keep going. That was one of those unique situations when he walked in the ring. There was like 80% of the people, 80% of the fans cheering for Lennox Lewis as the champion. They knew who Lennox Lewis was. They didn't really know who Vitaly was. And at the end of the fight, when Vitaly jumped on the ropes and blood was gushing up, running down his face, like 80% of the people were cheering for him. So he definitely won over the crowd. And then the next year, when Lennox vacated the title and retired, basically, Vitaly wound up winning the WBC Heavyweight Championship, and that was a proud moment for me. That definitely sticks out.
Wow. Okay, I like that. Last question, Tom. Have you considered signing black fighters? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like guys because my show, you know what I'm saying? This is the streets, Tom. We in the streets right now. Everyone is from the streets. Are there any guys that you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Black fighters that you would be like, all right, I'll sign those guys?
Absolutely. To me, it doesn't matter if you're Mexican, if you're, Russian speaking, if you're from the UK. Callum was the first Irish fighter that I worked with. But like I said, I worked with Kevin Kelly, I worked with Shea Mosley, worked with Obakar, worked with James Toney. So I have a great history of working with black fighters. But with this 360 Fight Pass shows, we had to fight mostly local guys out of the LA area. But certainly there's super talented. I love Bud Crawford, what he's done and what he's accomplished. So many talented fighters out there. Richardson Hitchens, I think he's a tremendous fighter. Boots Ennis, great fighter. So if the opportunity presented itself, we would absolutely support and work with black fighters.
Last but not least, we have the biggest fight of the decade that everyone's saying is coming up, Canelo versus Crawford. How do you see the fight, Tom? I know you got to be political, you know what I'm saying? But Tom, give us a little insight, my brother.
Well, we had a big rivalry with Canelo with the 3 Triple G fights, but I got to give him credit. Bud Crawford, I think, has one of the highest boxing IQs in boxing. I think him, I think Inoue, I think Usyk, they're all up there. I would lean towards Usyk as having just a tremendous accomplishment, but Bud Crawford is right there. And the way he dominated welterweight, moved up and beat Madrimov. I just think Canelo, not even on the weight division. A lot of people saying, well, he's moving up another 2 divisions. I think Bud is smart enough to put on the weight correctly. He's going to use his speed and his movement, things like that. I just think when Canelo, he's been on this big stage before. And I think when he kind of uses that experience and enforces his will, I would give the edge to Canelo in this particular situation, but it wouldn't surprise me if Bud won. If that's a politically correct answer, that's the way I would
that
put
was
it.
good. That was good. Well, listen, thank you very much, Tom, for your time. We're gonna make sure that we check out your fighters, Callum Walsh and Serhii Boachuk. Where are they in the lineup? Are they like close up to near Canelo, or where's the lineup?
So Callum Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr. is the co-feature. So it's right before Canelo versus Crawford. That'll be a tremendous position for them. And Boachuk versus Brandon Adams is the main event of the preliminary fights. And those fights are streamed open. You don't even need a Netflix account to watch those fights. Those will be on all the social media platforms across UFC, WWE, all the TKO platforms. So those will be seen internationally on a broad scale. So we're excited about both guys being on the show.
Okay. Well, Tom, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. My fans appreciate it. And I'm gonna reach out to you offline, man. Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate you.
Sounds good, Naji. Always good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Take care.
You too.
Yo, chat. Come on, chat. Yo, chat. What's wrong with y'all, man? Mike Sandoval from Power is crazy, chat. Come on, y'all niggas is wild. Come on, chat. Yo, chat. Mike Sandoval from Power is nasty work. Nasty work. Who said Mike Sandoval from Power? That was nasty work. All right, the MVP of the chat so far is John Parham. Y'all know I sent $25 to the MVP of the chat. John Parham. I think John Parham's the MVP. I just dropped the link. Come back. Yeah, nah, Lulu, y'all was frying today, boy. I ain't gonna lie, Lulu, y'all was wilding today. All right, let's get back. We was talking about the Ryan Garcia interview. Thank you very much for tuning in. My special guest, Tom Loeffler, very important man in the sport of boxing. Come on, y'all. I don't just get the fighters. I'm getting people that matter, like behind the scenes, putting on these things. Tom Loeffler is a big dog in the sport of boxing. Yeah, I think JP is the MVP of the chat. I'm gonna have to send him his 25. Yo, JP, put your Cash App in the chat, JP. JP was cooking today. All right. Lastly, let me drop the link in the chat one more time. We could talk about the Ryan interview. If you think I sold out by doing the interview, or let's talk about Canelo Crawford happening in 2 weeks from today. Canelo Crawford. Salute to Tom Loeffler for coming up and showing us love. Niggas told me you sold out, Naji. Niggas is cap. Niggas is lying. Niggas is lame. You know what they said to me? They was on my Twitter like, yo, he not like us. That's what they say. It was this one guy. He said, he not like us. And I went on his page. I said, all right, let me see. I went on his page. This nigga don't got no girl. The girl, he don't got no money. I'm not like you. You right, nigga. You right. I'm not nothing like you, bro. We're nothing alike, bro. Nothing. He not like us. You right. That's a fact. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? All right. Link is now in the chat. Hit the link if you want to come up. This is the last stretch before I get up out of here, man. My girl waiting for me, man. She's on the rooftop of my building. We got some grills up there. Lovely view of the city. I'm just letting you know, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Big Cigar Talk. Big Cigar Talk. All right. Let me get the last couple people up here. Link is now in the chat. Let me get jumpers and jabs. Jumpers and jabs to the stage. What's popping?
Yo, what up? What up?
Yo, what's up, my boy? What's good? Hold on. First of all, what's Azah? AZA. What is that?
Well, that's my wife initials.
Okay, salute to that queen. Talk to me, man. What you got? We got the, if you think I'm gonna sell out the Ryan Garcia interview or Crawford Canelo, what you want to talk about?
I'm gonna talk about this Ryan Garcia stuff. First of all, shout out. That was a fire interview, bro. Fire
Thank you,
interview.
man.
Fire interview. But nah, bro. I just feel like, man, with this Ryan Garcia stuff, bro. Certain shit. My bad. Certain shit we just not supposed to let you get off, bro. Certain shit you just not supposed to let niggas get off, bro.
Like, what you mean? Talk. Let's go
So
in
for
depth.
example, I'm gonna give you an example, right? So when Kanye was going on his little rant about Jewish people, right? Whether you agree with him or not, they sanctioned his ass, bro. They cut him off. They say, no, we not finna let you get this off. They cut all type of support for the man, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to just bounce back from that shit, like, oh, you know, whatever. But with Ryan Garcia, for some reason, black people want to just allow him to just, you know, oh, my bad. And the thing that really pissed me off, bro, this one really pissed me off. Because I watched the interview with him. Ryan Garcia is not some dumb dude, bro. He's very, like, he know what he on. He know what he on, bro. He do shit for clicks, and he's a troll, bro. It's not like he, and we keep hollering about this bipolar shit. He ain't even got the paperwork for the bipolar shit. He said it.
Bro.
He don't got the paperwork for it, bro.
I'm telling you now, as a nigga that's dealt with it, that nigga's bipolar, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
What you saying.
So
Look, listen. I feel what you saying.
I really been near that for real, bro.
I
He
feel
got
what
a
you
real mental
saying.
problem, bro.
That's cool. Take your ass to the asylum. Get the fuck off the internet. We're not finna let you just talk crazy because if you got issues, get the fuck off the internet, bro.
So at what point? I agree with you though. I agree. I don't think that makes it better. But I'm saying this: at what point a nigga he said what he said, he apologized. I haven't heard it again. Is it like you just fuck him forever? Or
no, it's not. It's not even about. It's like you can. I feel like you can forgive a nigga, whatever. But it's one thing to forgive a nigga, and it's another thing to get this nigga more opportunity. But he don't deserve your platform, in my opinion. I fuck with your platform. Subscribe, super chat. When I see Ryan Garcia, I'm like, what the fuck is Naji doing, bro? Fuck this dude. He didn't even. It wasn't even like he just said some bare basic shit. This man.
It was crazy. Nah, it was crazy.
It was crazy, bro. It's some shit I can't let you get off, bro.
So you would have preferred me not even platform him, like not even talk to him.
Don't platform him, bro. Don't platform him, bro. Fuck him. Fuck him.
All right, so let me ask you this. Did you watch the fight that happened?
I cut his shit off. I saw the fight off the clips off of Twitter.
Don't cap, because niggas be capping and niggas be watching Ryan and then gonna tell me, yo, Cigar Talk, why you interview him? But you gonna watch the fight. Niggas be doing that, and I don't like that.
First of all, check me out. I'm black and I'm Muslim, so it's fuck Ryan for sure.
Oh, all right, black Muslim salute. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
It's wa alaikum assalam. There we go. It's definitely fuck Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
My girl over here, my girl was mad a little bit too. She's like, babe, why you
Bro, certain shit we can't let him get off. I gotta go out though, bro. I got some errands to run with the wife.
Yeah, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I hear. Listen, anybody that could come and critique, I hear that and I take it into account. Thank you very much, brother. I hear you, bro.
Salute for sure.
All right,
peace
salute.
out.
Later. All right, let me get B that's Leon and then my brother Remy. And then my brother Remy. I said B that's Leon. I went back to the OGs. B the sly one. My bad. B the sly one.
Yeah, get the name right, man. Get the name right.
Yeah, my UK brethren in the building.
Come on.
Be the sly one. What's up, man? Talk to me, man. How'd you feel? A lot of people was mad at me about the Ryan interview. How'd you feel, bro?
What's it? You an interview, yeah?
I interviewed him. Yeah.
Yeah, so you did your job. So I don't know why people are moving mad, man. They're tweaking. You know what I'm gonna say? This is what I'm gonna say about the situation. Like, you see, with the race thing and that, personally for me, I kind of feel like Ryan Garcia is a bit of a scumbag. I do feel like he's got bipolar, but knowing someone like a cheat, I do all that madness, I think he's a scumbag. But with that being said, do I feel like you could have pressed him a bit more? Yeah, I think you could have still. That's what I personally kind of think with it. Because don't get twisted. Okay. I understand you giving them the platform to explain himself. Because, you know, there's certain times where it's just, he said, because what he said was wild. I ain't gonna lie. What he actually said was wild. But people say that he might have been having an episode in that. Because it's not like the Teofimo Lopez. Because if I saw you giving Teofimo Lopez a platform, I'd be looking at you a lot differently. I ain't gonna lie. Because a man saying that they're gonna say racism for promotion, that's a whole different story and stuff. But for me, I can't felt like you could have pushed them further. But regardless of it, I think the only other thing where I disagree with you was that you should not have deleted them tweets about Devin Haney. Do you know why? Because you were telling the truth on that. When someone calls you a sellout, that's a personal thing. So I think personally that you should have stood on business with the tweets of it. Because obviously, I feel like you want to be obviously professional and all that sort of thing. But at the same time, there's certain times where you have to be like, no, fuck this. If you want to attack my character and stuff, because he knows you, he could drop you a DM or something. He could have been like, listen, I didn't appreciate that, but yet he put you on blast, create a narrative, because this is why now you actually having to put this topic as and do people think I'm a sellout? That's crazy. So you telling him that left hook not going thinking straight. Damn right, man. That's your truth, man. You shouldn't have deleted that. But
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying on that one. But for me, at the end of the day, oh no, go on.
No, well, I was gonna say, I thank you, man. You know, I always appreciate your opinion. You definitely wanted to support us, so thank you, bro. And I hear you. I think I do think people was thinking like, you know, I could have went harder on Ryan. Pause. And I guess I could have, but again, is when I brought it up and he told the reason why he did it, he said he was sorry. He said he understood that it was hurt. It feels more like if I would have did that to me, and I could do that for y'all, but it just felt like it would be performative. This is just me performing so that y'all could feel satisfied. Because I'm like, he apologized. He said he felt like he was wrong. He said he wasn't going to do it. He said all of these things. So I'm like, I guess I could have went further. And if, you know, I'm taking into account the people that support me. You wanted the supporters and one of the family. So I thank you, bro. You know, I take what you say as real. But I'm saying I just felt in the moment, it was like, if I just go and be like, extra is like, what is it? Is it really doing something, or is it just me trying to show the people, yo, I did this to Ryan? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was wrestling with in the moment. But I hear your concerns, and I'll make sure that for the next time, if I ever encounter a situation like this, I'm taking that into account.
No, of course, man. No, I appreciate it and I also respect it. Another thing I'll say is also fuck all these haters are talking shit. Because listen, you know I do the social media thing or something. So I'm used to people chatting a bag of shit. So I know exactly, because you have to realize that what you've been able to do, you remember, you come from the music business, you're kin the boxer game. And I have to remember, a lot of people have been there for a while and they ain't doing shit. So they've been waiting for an opportunity to try and attack you. And this is what certain other people have been used. Like, see, Naji's a sellout. He's not a real one. Blah, blah, blah. Like, at the end of the day, you still got a job to do. And that is, them motherfuckers, they ain't putting fucking OPs on your, putting food on your table. So I don't know why they're so salty about it. Like, if they're upset about you, not about certain things they're feeling, because I've seen certain other people that's called in that said their opinions, I can understand it. But a lot of people, they'll be just talking a bag of shit. So you just can't really take them seriously. Like, they're just broke haters.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yo, be the sly one. Thank you, bro. I appreciate
you. Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right. Hold on. Let me get Peyton and then Remy, and then my brother Remy. Remy's a correspondent of Cigar Talk, and then Stacks. Let me answer this question real quick. Easy mind. Because what was performative about it? That shit was bad. It was bad. I've never denied that. What I'm saying is the performative part to me was that when we spoke about it, he acknowledged his wrong. He said how he felt about it. He said he was sorry. He said he's not going to do it again. What else do y'all just want me to be like, nigga, but you said this and I don't like it. And then it's like, what does it accomplish other than making y'all feel like, or making people feel like, you know what, Naji stood on business. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like if there's like with the TL situation, it was something that we needed to get clear. He was operating on a different time frame than I'm operating on. I think with the Ryan situation, I didn't feel like that. I'm being honest. I didn't feel like that, bro. I felt like the nigga. So basically, you wanted to get hit with the left hook, man. I ain't scared of no left hook, bro. I ain't scared of no. I'm going to say what I got to say if I really want to say it, bro. It ain't nothing about that. But I'm saying is, if I do something and I speak on something, I want it to be because I'm trying to really resolve something, or I need to get my shit off. For real. Not like because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to make a moment and I want y'all to feel like I did X, Y, and Z. So I said this. I didn't do it because of that. I'm just telling you, when I got there, he said how he felt about it, and he said he was sorry, and he said he was X, Y, and Z. I believed him. Maybe that's where we disconnect. You didn't believe him? That's fine. I'm just saying how I felt in the moment, bro. That's the difference. How I felt in the moment about Tio and how I felt in the moment about that, it was two different feelings. And I address my feelings as they come about. So that's my explanation for that. Naj, that left hook gonna make you curl like Devin. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is my homies don't box, bro. I'm gonna tell you like that, bro. All right, let me get Peyton and then my boy Remy and then Stacks. Peyton, what's popping?
Yo, what's good, bro? I was scared for a minute. I thought you weren't gonna let me in.
Nah, I gotta let you in, man. My bad. I had to get my rants off, and then
Nah,
Tom
you're
came
good,
up.
bro. Don't
I was actually
apologize. You're
about to
good.
let you on before Tom came
You're
up,
good,
but
fam. You're good, bro.
man. What's up,
Nah,
man?
bro. I
Talk
got
to me,
work
man.
in
How
like
did you
30
feel
minutes.
about the Ryan interview? A lot of people were mad at me. A lot of people thought I sold out. How did you feel about the Ryan interview?
All right, first of all, I don't think you're a sellout. I think it's crazy that people are saying that. Second of all, I just want to say the people, like not the last dude, but the dude before that, the people who are saying they didn't watch the Ryan fight, that's so cap. They definitely watched Ryan get dropped and they watched him lose. That is cap. That's cap. The only one who I kind of believe is Alexandria. But the other two with the hats, bro, no, they watched the fight. But
I believe Alexandria too, but a
yeah.
couple of other people was capping, talking about
No, no. The dude before that was so cap. You even called it out. You knew it was cap. That dude was cap. But honestly, I think it was a good interview. I watched it as soon as it was live. I watched it live, like when you dropped it at 12. But I think you could have gone in on him a little more. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of agree with what the last dude said, but like you said, that's a lot easier said than done. When you got another man sitting in front of you, it's a little different to just press him. You know what I mean? And all the people in the chat that are saying, "Oh, I would have pressed," those are the same people who aren't turning their cam on. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
I agree. I agree, Peyton. I guess I could have went harder. Again, the reason I didn't was not like people are saying like, oh, Ryan's there, so you didn't. It wasn't that. It was more along the lines of when I asked him about it and he said he was sorry. I believed him. Maybe I'm just wrong for believing him. If I didn't believe him, I would have been on his ass like, nah, nigga, you need to do X, Y, and Z. I just believe when I asked him and he gave me his explanation, I just felt like I believed him. And maybe I'm gullible for that. Okay. I'm just telling you, like, that's my reasoning why I didn't go harder, because when I heard his explanation, it was just like, I believed when he said he was sorry and he wasn't going to do it again. I believed it.
no, yeah, I believe him too, bro. And honestly, like you live and you learn. You're still like growing as a creator in this space, and you're doing a great job, by the way. But honestly, I think Devin Haney's worse than Ryan. I'm a Devin Haney hater. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Devin Haney hater.
Why, Peyton? Why though?
I know. First of all,
I'm not even a hater, even though he called me out my name and I ain't fuck with that. But I'm not a hater. But
see,
tell me
reasons
why.
like that is why I'm a hater, bro. I just think he's egotistical, and I understand, bro. You're low key the shit, bro. Undisputed at 24, like you did that, bro. You're him. I'll admit it. It's just when you don't like admit to certain factors, like the Lomachenko fight. I think it was a draw. I personally think it was a draw. But if someone would have won, it was Lomachenko just because of the way he turned up in the championship rounds. You know, I really think the championship rounds really show who's the better fighter, not just boxer, but fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with Ryan, like in my opinion, the two best guys, Devin fought were Ryan and Loma, and they both beat him in my opinion. And I really just don't think the .0001 of Austrian really did anything like that. Like, I don't know. I think Devin Haney's gotten bailed. I think he's gotten a little bit lucky in his career, and I think he's very egotistical. That's just my opinion. But we'll see. But one thing I will say, he don't duck no smoke. I mean, he's gonna prove it on November. We're gonna see in November. So I do respect him in that factor. He don't duck smoke. I'm a Devin Haney hater, but he don't duck smoke. I will say that.
You know what? I don't know if you're a hater because it seems like you're still able to like keep it real in the midst of that. Now they said you look like the guy from Rocket Power. How you feel about that?
God, bro, come on, bro. It's okay, bro. It's okay. I don't care. Oh my, I don't even know who that is. I gotta look that up after this.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. Rocket Power was a show. It was a show about 15 years ago.
One more thing before I leave. I'm taking up a lot of time.
Go ahead. Do you think
Canelo Crawford? You got Crawford?
I keep going back and forth. I don't know. Yes, I think I got Crawford by this much, but I keep going back and forth, bro.
Nah, man. I watch Showbiz. I watch this. Like, I'm a real boxing fan, bro. My friends, they don't even know. Like, they don't even know, but because they're all MMA guys. I don't do all that. But I watched Showbiz. I watched this whole 5-hour marathon on Terrence Crawford fights, and I was like, I'm gonna do the same with Canelo. I watched like 5 of their fights each, bro. Bud is not beating Canelo, bro. Bud is not. I think
You don't
Crawford's gonna
think
get
so?
knocked
Bud
out.
not beating him? Bud not beating him?
No, Bud is not beating him, bro. Bud is not beating him.
Dang.
Now, I don't think Canelo's the same that he's been like 4 years ago. Like, I think his last real good fight was against Caleb Plant or Billy Joe Saunders, honestly. And I guess Charlo, but I mean, Charlo kind of just disappointed all of us.
He started
I mean,
running after he got.
Yeah, Charlo, that fight was stupid, bro. But I think Canelo's gonna win, bro.
Okay.
And I'm so sorry to take your time. The
Nah,
last
it's all
thing
good.
I gotta say is
Go ahead, last one.
your point with Ryan Garcia, he's apologized and he's done that. I sort of disagree. I really don't think, like, because I was in this, like, with Sneeko, with Ryan, I was in the space when he said all that. And
Yeah.
afterwards, I was like, man, I'm a kid, bro. Like, I think shit is funny. But that, I did not think that was fun. Like, I literally did not think that was funny.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he understands, like, the magnitude of what he said. Like, when he was on your podcast, or he was on your interview, he was like, oh, I got caught up in the streamer culture, blah, blah, blah. I just think that's a very immature response, in my opinion. I don't know. I think he needs to really sit down, like, just him, like, maybe like a video or something or a space, and he needs to really apologize. I just don't think he's really said, yo, I'm very sorry for this. I'm going to show y'all I'm sorry for this. I don't think he's done none of that, bro. I think the only time he's really taken accountability is when he's had to, like on your show, for example. I don't really think he's ever like said, yo, I'm really sorry for doing that, blah, blah, this. I don't think he is. I don't think he has. I don't think he understands the magnitude of what he did. My personal opinion.
Well, listen, if that's coming from you, who's somebody who you don't look black to me, but if that's coming from you, I respect that and I hear you, bro. So that's thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your opinion.
Of course, bro. I love all. I'm white as snow, bro. I mean, it's dark in here, but I'm so white, bro. So I already knew that people weren't gonna care about my opinion like that. So it's whatever.
Nah, I care about your opinion.
I appreciate you. But, all right, I'm gonna head out, bro. You're not a sellout. Keep up with the good content, bro. And you better grill some good food, bro.
All right, come on, man. Let's do it. All right, Peyton.
Let's go.
Later. All right. Let me get hold on. Let me bring up Stacks and then Remy. Stacks, what's popping?
What's the word, homie? Shit, you can bring up Remy at the same time. That's my boy.
Oh, let me bring up Remy down. Yo, Remy, what's popping?
Yo, what's the deal, bro?
What's up with your camera at, Remy? Come on, man.
Yeah, Remy, that's my partner, man. That's I salute him whenever y'all did y'all did. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. Like, I mean, how did you obviously I did the Ryan Garcia interview. A lot of people got mad at it. A lot of people supported it as well. But let's talk. I want to know, how did y'all feel about it?
I mean, outside of you, I ain't even gonna speak on you. I'm gonna just say in general, niggas really like to pick and choose when it come to the whole pro-black and all this and that. Like, it's niggas is only pro-black when it's convenient for them. Same thing like when they talking about, oh, Boots is a sellout. How the fuck is Boots a sellout? Him and Bud ain't homeboys. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And his brother been sparring Canelo for 10+ years. Like, what is you talking about?
Yeah, that's a fact.
None of y'all niggas that's talking all these crazy, like, what are y'all doing for the black community? I mean, like, what is you even talking about?
That's what I was saying. So, like, for me, I mean, a lot of there's people that came up today that made some good points that I feel like are valid and I'm going to take into consideration moving forward. But I feel like most of all, it's like what I didn't like is like people are holding me to this standard and they don't hold nobody else to the same standard. Other black creators as well, and I can't get jiggy with it because it's like if you got a standard, you got to do it to everybody. Not just
it got to be across the board, homie. Like, if you pro-black, you pro-black across the board, not just, oh well, I ain't want him to like. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like you let him off the hook in some of that,
Oh, let's
because if you,
let's speak on that. Go ahead, go and look, go a little deeper. Like, what do you when you say off the hook? What did you want to see, or where did you feel like that didn't happen?
cause for me, bro, like if you just go back to all the shit that he done said, it wasn't just, oh, I slipped up and I accidentally said nigga one time. Like, no, he said a lot of effed up shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kill all N words and F George, like the shit that that's not just a mistake, homie. Like, you intentionally said a whole bunch of fucked up shit towards black people. Like, that shit was fucked up, homie. And you just, oh well, I got caught up in, like the little young white homie was saying, I got caught up in a stream of fuck all that. What is you talking about? You, it ain't like you was 12 years old. You was a grown man when you said that shit, homie. Like, what the fuck is you
So
talking
what did
about?
you want to see though? What did you? Because like I said, like I told the last guy, it was like when I brought it up, he explained what his rationale was.
Mm-hmm.
Was I cool with it?
Mm-hmm.
No. He apologized for it. He said he wasn't going to do it again. He said he understood why it made people feel away. Like,
Yeah.
what did you want to see though? Like, I know what happened, but what would you have liked to see instead that would have made you feel like,
More,
you know what I'm saying?
more so, don't let them just get off on, oh, I got caught up in it. But it's like, yeah, you saying you got caught up in the stream of culture, but homie, like, you really gotta understand the magnitude of what you said, bro. Like, you said some really foul shit, hurtful shit.
Yo, Stacks. Yo, Remy, you here, Remy?
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, bro? I don't know what happened to Stacks, man. He just disappeared and dropped off. But man, talk to me, Remy. Like, you know, you're my partner. You one of the guys that represent the brand of Cigar Talk. You one of the guys in boxing that's really building your name and making some noise in the game. How did you feel about everything?
One, bro, for sure, don't have no problem with you interviewing any fighter that's currently active or inactive in the sport. I think everybody kind of like the weight people putting on you on just doing the interview in itself is crazy to me. I think that they didn't give you the fair shake of like possibly even asking the right questions. I think everybody kind of was immediate to jump on you about it, and then you hadn't even dropped the shit yet. So I thought that was kind of off-putting. Only person I could see having a legit issue with it that isn't Devin himself are his fans or people who like kind of that situation really, really rubbed them the wrong way. And I understand them. I understand them for sure. Cause I don't, how I feel. I don't like Ryan. And me and you talked on the phone about this previously. Like, I didn't appreciate Ryan doing that because I felt like to say stuff of that, like, that serious and think you could just wash it away with an apology. Like, it's crazy to me. But at the same time, I don't think that he got to get froze out by no boxing platforms. It's not going to happen. Other people interviewed him. Nobody reacted like that. And I think that people conflating the Teofimo situation with that as though that was a piece of your content when that was just a moment that happened because you spoke to him about what you felt about something he said, and then he started giving you the runaround and saying BS to you, and then it escalated. And I feel like people not grasping that aspect of it when they trying to compare that. So like
Yeah.
it's like that part of it is crazy to call you a sellout based on that. Devin having an issue with it, I understand, and it's because, of course, the situation with him and Ryan is probably that deep for him specifically, of course. So not even probably, of course, it's that deep. He cheated him, and then he did all that other bullshit. I could imagine that pisses him off too. You want to get his hands on him in a rematch for that reason alone. But at the same time, I think if y'all have a decent enough relationship, he could have even told you that in private, you know what I'm saying? And it probably would have went a certain way. So you being put in a situation where he said it on his platform now, like the dude before said, now you got to deal with that on that level. So you reacting to it is pretty much like that shit is like, it's prerequisite. And I respect the fuck out of Devin. So I mean, of course, that's between y'all, but I see the situation from both ends. And I just think a lot of the people that's adding to this, I see them in the chat, bro. It's a lot of dudes who, one, I know for a fact don't like the platform already. They like hate watching. They dead ass, like, for a fact, trying to fuel the narrative as much as possible. And they got people that they deal with that they trying to push the narrative. It's like something they really trying to do. So that don't even matter. That's just like extra noise. Bro, keep
Yeah,
doing what you're doing. You feel me? We gonna keep doing what we doing. Like
that's a
that.
fact.
This shit don't stop, bro.
Listen, let me say this, Remy, because I want everybody to know. Number one, Remy is a correspondent of the brand Cigar Talk, so y'all are gonna see other content from Remy on the page. If you're not familiar with Remy, make sure you do. He's one of the main voices on Twitter boxing. WSB Remy at WSB Remy. Yo, Remy, I feel like for me with Devin, like you said, I think there's a few things to it. It's like number one, like you said, I mean, if he was upset that I interviewed Ryan, I feel like he could have approached me directly. He's DMing. I don't have Devin's number. We don't have each other's number. We're not like, friends where we hang out outside of boxing. You know what I'm saying? But we've talked to each other in private before. So I feel like if he had an issue, he could have talked to me in private. You know what I mean? But I want to make clear, and I said this earlier, and I want to say it again now. I think that me as a professional in boxing, as a guy that represents media at the highest level and being a professional, him taking jabs at me, even though I thought it was a personal jab, even though I didn't like it, even though I thought it was offensive, still my job to make sure I'm maintaining a professionalism. So I fired back at him in a way that wasn't professional, and moving forward, I'm going to try to do better. I don't think now, looking at it in hindsight, I had to handle it in that way. But what I will say is this. I'm in a space, man, where I do interviews and people are holding me to a standard that they don't hold no one else to. No one else has even mentioned the word racism to Ryan Garcia. If I didn't do it the way that you liked it, that's fine. I'll hear you out. I'll take your criticism. But you got to respect that there's a nigga out here actually doing it and actually talking about it, because it's not happening nowhere else.
Bro, I also think that people kind of should respect the fact that you were willing to even do this live and let them vocalize how they feel about the situation. I think there should be a respect in that as well. You address the shit head on. So you
For
feel
sure.
me?
And I'm willing to take criticism, bro. I'm not like the guy, like, I only want to talk to people that's going to say the best. Like, there's a lot of people that critique today. Some of it I don't give a fuck about. Some of y'all I really don't care. But some of y'all had valid critiques for me and are people that support the channel. And I want to make sure that if you're one of those people, I'm taking into account what you're saying. So I say that. But let me ask you this, Remy, because I know that you're a guy with Ryan Garcia that you know what I'm saying? I mean, excuse me, not with Ryan, Devin Haney, that you support Devin, that you are, you're a fan of Devin's game and his boxing. Did you feel like I handled that wrong, my response to Devin?
Yeah, we addressed that, but you already addressed it too. And it's both on both ends though. He could have, like, because he has the access to reach out to you. So even whatever he felt about the interview, he could have critiqued it in a different way. And it would have been like, even if he don't like the interview, or he feel like it's just, I would need more context on why he felt that strongly about it, and of course, I respect the fuck out of Devin, but it's that gave you an alleyway to speak your mind back to him for sure. So, of course, the response was a bit nasty, but that's how it is when you say something like sellout for black men. That's something that's like the last thing you want to hear. You feel me?
Yo,
So,
Remy, I'm like, all I did for niggas and
yeah,
niggas.
like that's the last thing you want
Do
to
you
hear.
know how much I've done for niggas? It's like,
Facts.
that really rubbed me the wrong way, bro. It's like,
Especially
bro,
from a black man with a voice like
Bro,
Devin. You know what
I
I'm
done
saying?
put so much money and time and effort and put niggas on. Do you know how many like legit? This not even like no flex. I done made black people millionaires. I done made poor people I done so much for our community that I don't speak about it. I don't do it for clout. But it was like a nigga saying I'm a sellout. That not just like if the fans of boxing say that, that's one thing. Whatever. Like fans can say whatever they want. But a nigga that's a fighter with a platform that's gonna say that to me, yeah, I got upset, Remy. That shit rubbed me the wrong way, bro.
No, for sure. You're only human, bro. Like, anybody will react to something like that way. Like, it's a lot of people that are speaking on the situation in general, and they like of course, you know, I've been spoke on in the situation too, and I ain't addressed none of that shit. I ignored all that shit because I seen what the play was for a lot of these people who trying to really, really fan the flames on this shit. And the way you handling it is should even kind of curtail the people that's really pressing. If you had the opportunity to come up here today and you didn't speak your piece, you didn't get on, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do it. You didn't get your time because you didn't want your time to speak your piece about the situation. And a lot of these people, again, they don't understand what it takes to do what we doing. We going out, we trying to make sure we getting all sides of the story for boxing, in boxing. Like we really are, you know, we scribes of this shit. We trying to like write down history. We trying to make sure y'all getting something that is authentic, is what we trying to make sure y'all getting everything, the front lines and stuff. And Ryan is a part of this story, like a motherfucker, and even more so, even Devin's story. So I think this is all good for boxing, all in all, and it's gonna just create more. It's gonna add more to the history of this situation.
Yeah, I agree. Yo, listen, Remy, tell them where to find you, man. You're a correspondent of Cigar Talk, the brand page. You represent this brand at the highest level and boxing at the highest level, and you got a lot of content coming, man. Just tell them where to and how to link up with you, man.
Yeah, at WSB Remy on all platforms. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna be at the OTX card in Houston. I'm going to Canelo Crawford. We're gonna be at a lot of fights. You know, y'all gonna see us both together. Sometimes it's gonna be me by myself representing the brand. But yeah, reach out to me at WSB Remy on all platforms. Appreciate you having me on, bro, and keep fucking cooking. We finna keep growing, keep going up, bro.
Yo, nigga, next time you come on, turn that camera on, Remy. Come on, you my nigga. Come on, man.
No, I got you. I'm finna get ready for work. I was laying down like a motherfucker. I ain't feel like getting
All
up,
right.
bro.
Yo, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna text you, bro.
For sure, bro.
All right, later. Yo, let me get no baby mamas. This nigga name is crazy. No baby mamas. We get no baby mamas up here.
Let's go.
Yo,
Here, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. No baby mamas.
Look, this is my whole thoughts on it, right?
Yeah.
Devin. All right, the interview itself, they right. Like you didn't press Ryan as much as you probably could have, but like at the end of the day, like what else can you do? You said you addressed it. Like you can't. What you going to fight them on set? Like what do they want?
They want me to yell at him and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
but you said this and I didn't." And I was like, "I could do that, but that's really for y'all."
I
Like,
don't see that. This is not Jerry Springer. This is Cigar Talk. That's what type of time we on. So I don't understand. And I think Devin's outrage is fake and phony. He like if even if Ryan never did this racist stuff, he still would have been in his feelings because he always clamored about the Ostring because his brand took a hit for it, and people was rocking with Ryan over Devin, and Ryan cheated. So that's why Devin's in his feelings. Devin talking about a sellout. Devin, I'm not trying to get too. I don't like Devin. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like Devin. I don't like his fans. I don't like his pops. I think they corny, and I understand they try and get a job, but it's a little too much sometimes.
why you don't like Devin though? What about it though?
I don't like Devin because I don't Devin from Nevada, and he be talking crazy, like he talking even he's like niggas need to get slapped, blah 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 blah. Devin, you're not doing none of that. So why are you talking like that? You a boxer, talk like a boxer. Stop. I don't like. I just don't like. I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't care. I don't like when anybody do it.
I'm gonna be honest. When he said all the slap shit, because I'm a real guy. I don't talk about if anything was to happen as far as confrontation, I'm not gonna talk about that online and do and antagonize. So if you notice, my response to that wasn't. I'm not into that, bro. I don't talk about nothing like that in public. None of that. I'm not into that.
I don't like Devin's whole brand is based on if you don't like me, you're a coon. If you don't like me, you don't got a father. Why can't people just like any other sport? You don't like the Jets, you don't have to like the Jets. You just don't have to. I don't understand why if you don't like somebody, it's such a big deal with them.
Hold on, but you said you think I could have went harder on Ryan. What would you have liked to see though? Like I hear you. I'm taking into account because you're not hating. You constructive criticism. I could take that. What would you have liked to see though?
No, because look, Ryan's excuse was corny. I'm sorry, or his reasoning was bad, and I think you could have got him to dive more into it. Like he a grown man. He talking about he fell into streamer culture. Like that's something kids go through. That's why kids are not allowed to be on watching streams like that. You're a grown man, and the stuff you said, it wasn't just like the N-word slip. He said some egregious stuff.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, that's what it was. It was like he said his thing, and he was like, "I get it," and let it go. And I think you could have just been. I still don't think he understands the impact of what he said. I think, and I think even being on the interview, and that's probably why a lot of people are upset, because you giving him the interview makes it seem like, okay, it's still okay. Even though he apologized, I get it, but you gotta do some more, man. Donate to some black coach causes or something.
Yeah, that's what Alexandria said earlier. Alexandria came on and said, apology is not enough. You got to do something with the apology. So I hear that and I respect it. And if we're ever in this situation again and I interview somebody y'all don't like, I'm going to take it into account. But I want everybody to know and understand, y'all motherfuckers do not control who I interview on my shit.
It's your job. It's your, yeah, do your shit. It wasn't like the interview was called, Ryan Garcia, the greatest ever. Black people should love it. You wasn't doing nothing crazy. You just interviewed them, man. I think people are going a little too crazy.
Okay. Well, listen, man, I respect it, man. Yo, what's your name, bro? Because this ain't no baby mamas, man.
Joe.
What I call
Joe? That's my government, Joe.
All right, yo, Joe, I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, salute. All right, last but not least, man, before I get up out of here, listen, my girl waiting for me. I just want y'all niggas to know, I hear you loud and clear. The criticism, all the haters, I hear you, but I don't care. No, actually, I don't want to say I don't care. I don't care about the haters. The people that supporters, and y'all tell me how you feel, I do care about that. I do. I genuinely do. I genuinely do. But the haters, fuck y'all. The niggas hating on me on Cigar Talk, fuck y'all. The only person that even mentioned the word racism to Ryan Garcia is Cigar Talk. Fuck y'all. And that's my rant for the day. We coming for you, Naji. You done messed up. Oh my God. Don't tweet me again. Oh my God. The tweets are killing me. Shut up. All right, let me get Coach Hudson. Coach Hudson, what's popping?
Salute, brother. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Salute, man. What's going on? Talk to
me. Hey, listen, you probably don't remember this, but a few months ago, when I seen you stand up at Tio, I said, brother, you got a fan for life. And when you need my help, I got your back. So let me say this, brother. You stood up when all the other content creators were scared to death to say anything about racism. So I know that you are not a sellout, as they're trying to say. It's easy to call somebody a sellout when you don't have the courage to stand up and do it yourself. So then when the brother does stand up, it's your opportunity now to jump on the hate train and say, well, you're a sellout. Now, brother, this is the only thing that I say, and this is brother to brother. This isn't a call you sell out or anything like this.
Talk to me, brother to brother.
What I understand is, as a journalist, you're not going to get the same grace as other journalists, if you understand what I'm saying. You're not going to get the same grace as a Max Kellerman, as a Larry Merchant, who can get away with saying egregious things and people just sweep it under the rug. The same thing with our athletes. So everyone's calling in and you're saying, well, I wanted Naji to press Ryan Garcia harder. How should I have pressed Ryan harder? Well, we have to give them the same litmus test that they give our athletes. How did they do Kyrie Irving when he offended a certain community? They made him apologize twice. They made him take classes. So what I would have liked to see, brother, because I don't want people to think that they can, when Ryan Garcia said, I got caught up in the streaming, what I got from that is it was profitable at the time to be a racist. It was profitable for views at a time for you to use our community as a almost like a stepping stool for people to get on your side, because you really know that you cheated. You really know it looks bad on your character. So let me go ahead and take attention off of that and start talking about, I want to join the Klan. I want to dig George Floyd's body up. So I would have liked you, just like any other athlete, If any black athlete disrespected a whole community, whether it's the Mexican community, and let me say this real quick, those of you who are not from our community, with all due respect, you're out of pocket to try to tell us what's a sellout, what's not a sellout, what to be disrespected by, what not. That's not your place, because Naji could never do that. I could never do that. I could never come to a Mexican and tell him, hey, you shouldn't be offended by that, because that's not my culture. So you all can just stop that now. You can't tell us what to be offended and not offended by. But what I would like to have seen you say, brother, is, well, I hear you to stay professional. Ryan, I hear you apologizing, but listen, do you understand what the Klan was? Do you understand what they did? Do you understand why our people were upset hearing that? Do you understand the people who were affected by you saying you wanted to dig George Floyd's body up? Because it's easy to just come up and say, hey, y'all, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. But real consequences have happened behind that. I don't want the culture to become a culture of anyone can pull in racist fans into the sport of boxing off of saying racist things and racist remarks to the black community, and they get this grace that they can just come back among us, because once things aren't as good as it used to be and people are not talking about them like they were, they reach out to a brother like you. They reach out to a platform like yours and they say, well, see, I said sorry. No, that's not enough. But brother, I know you're not a sellout, but as a people, I think, especially in the sport of boxing, we do have to be unified and have a plan where we say, okay, we have been disrespected, not just as men, but this person has disrespected our whole race. Now, when they come back among us, which we know they are, how do we deal with them? How do we move forward? Because anyone that's been in the sport of boxing, whether you are a journalist, whether you are a fighter, a coach, if you've been in the sport, you know this is a very tribal sport. You do not get to disrespect any of these tribes, and you get all of this grace that people are getting when they disrespect us. And that's my only thing with it, brother.
Yo, coach, I listen, man. I'm hearing you loud and clear, and I appreciate your point of view. What I want people to know and understand is I think people are taking what happened with Teofimo Lopez and applying that to what happened with Ryan Garcia. And those are two completely different things and situations.
Facts.
What I did with Ryan Garcia was, this was me as a professional on my show trying to interview a guy about boxing. What I did with Teofimo Lopez, this was me as a black man that's seen him in real life, and we had a real life interaction that just happened to be recorded, right? And even the recording, that was only halfway into the conversation that him and I had, right? Like, that wasn't me trying to like, yo, I'm trying to get a moment. Nah, I didn't give a fuck, because if anybody notices and if anybody cares, most people don't care about the nuances, right? Like they just talk about the overarching thing. They don't care about the nuances. I never posted the TO thing. I never spoke on it. I never did no interviews about it. I didn't post it on none of my pages, my social media, nothing, because it wasn't for that. It wasn't for nobody other than me as a black man feeling like I don't like what you said and I'm going to press you about it. Now, with the Ryan situation, it's a little different because, again, this is an interview. This is me being professional. This is me trying to get more out of boxing than addressing racism. This is me understanding that mental health actually impacts things, however people want to feel about that or not.
Right.
And I think all of that played into the way things went. But I absolutely appreciate you, brother, and I hear you, and I'm going to take that into consideration moving forward, that if I ever have a situation like this again, that I'm going to do more to try to hold things accountable, because you're right, and I hear and I understand you. But I want people to understand like what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the predicament that I'm in, because y'all not the ones that's having to say nothing to these motherfuckers. Y'all not the ones. When T.O. did that, nobody said nothing. I was the one that said something. So I just want the people to understand, like, sure, I could take that. If I didn't live up to the expectation, that's fine. I could take that and take a critique and try to do better with that. But again, I'm trying to do what's best for how I feel as a black man. You know what I mean? Thanks. And no other platform even brought up racism to Ryan Garcia. It's other black creators that interviewed him that even mentioned the word racism to him. So, but I want to say, Coach, I appreciate everything that you're saying, and it's well received, brother.
Salute to you, brother. I am my brother's keeper, and hey, I got your back. We locked in, brother.
Likewise, man. I'm here for you as well, bro. Salute.
All right. Salute.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Yo, last but not least, let me get Stacks on the line, man. Let me get Stacks.
What's the word, gangster?
What's up, my brother? Yo, you cut out earlier, man. We
Yeah,
was in.
I had
You
got a
just started
call and
cooking
shit.
too, when nigga when it came up. You just started cooking, nigga.
I know. I got a call, man. That's my bad. I tried to come back, but I don't know. It just had me out. But yeah, bro. Coach actually said a lot of what needed to be said. To be honest, so it ain't too much to add. But my thing, I heard you mention the mental health and your response to him, right?
Yeah.
Now, if he would have said that, I would have been more understanding, but the fact that he said the whole streamer culture thing, that's why I ain't fuck with his answer. You know what
But
I'm
right
saying?
before that, we talked about the mental health and bipolar, and I get it. Everyone's not as giving grace. Everyone's not giving grace to
Hmm.
mental health. That's you. That's on you. I'm not telling you you
Nah, nah,
should, or
nah.
I'm just saying everyone individually can feel how they feel
Hmm.
about mental health. I'm just saying for a person that's dealt, and I'm gonna keep it real, bro, because y'all
Hmm.
family, bro. Everybody in here is family. I had my first girlfriend, bro. My first girlfriend, right?
Hmm.
This girl I loved at the time. I was in my young 20s, 22, 23, whatever.
Right.
She had mental illness in her family, mental health.
Hmm.
I was with her for 5 years. Her brother had bipolar and the uncle. She had bipolar in the family. Anyway, I introduced her to smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? I was a weed smoker. I'm smoking, I'm rolling up. She wasn't a smoker. I introduced her to
Hmm.
smoking, and for some reason, whatever it was, the weed affected her to the point where
Mentally.
that bipolar trait was activated because of the weed. Facts,
Nah,
right?
that's a real thing. That's a real
So I'm
thing. Yeah.
telling you, as a guy that I seen this,
Hmm.
I seen it. I was and this happened in the last year of us being together. We was together
Hmm.
5 years. First 4 years, she's regular and normal, right? We start
Hmm.
smoking weed, and I just saw how her
It affected.
brain was different. Her mind was different. The things that she said was different. The way
Right.
it was different. And I'm not saying, oh, bipolar makes you a racist. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. I don't know what it makes, but what I will say is that I do understand and I've seen it how that can affect your mind in a different
Hmm.
way than you being in the normal state. So maybe I gave too much grace for that for y'all or for people that criticize, but I
Hmm.
do think that that's a factor in the situation that matter that I don't feel like maybe necessarily matter for everybody else.
Yeah, but no, what I was saying was if he would have said I was having bipolar episodes and this is what's going on and that's why that happened, I would have been more accepting of that than the answer of, oh, I got caught up in the streamer culture. So what you're saying is, no, I wasn't having a mental health episode. I was just pretending like I was on Xbox Live and just saying whatever the fuck I want to say, buying
Yeah,
into the racist people that was supporting him after the Devin fight. And that's what I didn't fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. No, I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's. But yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I get you, bro. You just trying to do your job. So I'm not thinking that you intentionally going out there to try to like not do what's right for the community. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe you could have pressed him a little harder. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you newer to this side. Like they said earlier, you came from the music game, and it's majority of the time you only dealing with other black people. So now that you in boxing, where the top, a lot of the top people are of other races, it's like it's an adjustment you got to deal with. You probably ain't never had to deal with like a situation like this coming from your old job. You know what I'm saying?
Not in no media and in real life. It's nigga, I done check motherfucker like this, bro. I'm
Yeah,
really one of us. And I'm just saying in
yeah,
real
okay.
life.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I'm saying?
saying. Yeah, but in
Yeah,
in the situation where I'm the interviewer and I'm doing my job,
yeah,
but I still
yeah,
got to
yeah,
stand on business. So you
yeah.
just gotta adjust to being able to do that. Like I can still do my job, but I can also stay on code and stand for my people at the same time. It's possible to do it. You feel me? So.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you. Last but not least, let me just get your take. Canelo Crawford is coming up in 2 weeks. How do you
Mhm. At the moment, I got split decision Crawford just cause Canelo's a great, he's a legend in the sport, but he has been on a decline. And just some of the opponents that he's had where he's had trouble with that he shouldn't have had trouble with, even going back to the John Ryder fight. He went to war with John Ryder, blow for blow, and this is Canelo Alvarez. The
He
prime
did, but be
Canelo.
clear, he beat John Ryder's ass though. John Ryder's face at the end looked bad.
Nah, he beat his ass, but he was going blow for blow with him at certain points. Like he couldn't get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Prime Canelo would have got a John Ryder out of there. No
Yeah,
questions asked. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like the decline that I seen, even Jaime Munguia, he's not a high level fighter, respectfully. A
yeah.
Canelo should have just watched him, and he was, a full 12-round fight with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga. What Shiraz did to Berlanga is what Canelo was supposed to do to Berlanga. So I'm just saying that to say he's still a great fighter, but he has lost a step. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that gives a Bud Crawford room to, even though he's going against a bigger guy, the stronger guy. Hey man, maybe he lost enough of a step that weight ain't gonna play all the way in his favor. And Bud's quickness and his twitchy movement and his creativity and counterpunching will be enough to, what I'm saying, overcome the monster.
Nah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Okay. Yo, Stacks, I appreciate you pulling up, good brother.
Oh yeah, you already know how we do. It's love every time. You feel me? We've been rocking a hot minute. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
that's a fact. That's a fact. Okay. All right, salute, bro.
already. Oh, before we get out of there, you got to tell me one thing. What
Yeah.
what was the reason behind the transition from the music to the boxing?
Good question, man. I work outside of media. I work in music. I work for
Hmm.
Sony's independent distribution, Sony Orchard. I'm the vice
Okay.
president of Urban. You know what I'm saying? So everything that's black music runs through me. With
Mm.
that being
Still to
said,
this day, or
to this
you
day,
mm,
Deontay Wilder, to this day. You know what
to
I'm
this
saying?
day? Okay.
So with that being said, I think I did a lot to where I interviewed a lot of the biggest artists. I interviewed 50 Cent, Nicki,
Right.
Lil Durk, Lil Baby, like everybody. I interviewed a lot of the big guys. I made a lot of
Hmm.
names and I built my buzz and went viral a bunch of times before boxing ever knew who I was. I always
Right.
been a boxing fan and I've been listening to boxing. I've been watching boxing like since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
it got to a point where doing media and also working in the business was a tough thing to handle both. And it kind of was a
Oh,
little
on the music
redundant.
side, it was
Yeah,
kind of like,
yeah.
yeah, I
It was kind
understand.
of tough because I'm like, all right, I'm talking about it, but then at the same time, I'm working in it. So maybe things I talk about, some people get mad at it and it is affecting the business. And there was just a
Oh,
lot of
it was
things
like
that,
affecting stuff behind the scene. Okay, that make a
yeah,
lot of
there was
sense,
a lot of
especially
behind
on
the
the exec
scenes shit
side.
that
Yeah.
happened that was like that. Combined with the fact that there was a lot of people that came into into hip hop media where it was kind of getting oversaturated to me. I'm like, everybody want to be a
Mhm.
rap interviewer, everybody got a rap podcast. So you know what? I was like, yo, you know what? I want to switch my shit up and do something where no one else is doing. And I was like, I want to come into boxing media because that's my other passion. The shit I'm passionate
Mhm.
about is rap and boxing. That's what I
Yeah,
love.
hey, so you like me, bro? I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm an artist myself, like you already know. I rapped on the show last time.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
a
I'm
fact. And I
saying?
remember you had some bars too, nigga. You had some bars.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like,
You gotta
those are
check
two
me
things
out.
I'm passionate about. So I was like, yo, you
Hmm.
know what? I'm gonna come into boxing media. And I knew Shakur Stevenson since he was a teenager. A lot of people don't
Mm.
know that. I knew Shakur Stevenson for a long time. So when I came into boxing, he was like the first person I interviewed, and it
Hmm.
did really well. And from there, I was kind of like, yo, you know what? I like this boxing shit, and I want to stick in the media side of it because I was just a fan. I watch everything boxing. I watch everything.
Yeah,
From there,
real
I was just kind
talk.
of like, you know what? I want to do the media and make this a thing. So that was my transition, brother.
I respect it. I always wondered that because I was like, man, you used to do them hip hop interviews back in the gap. I was like, whatever, bro. But yeah, that's some real shit. But yeah, you similar to me, bro. I've been hip hop all my life, but I've also had a love for boxing since I was a youngster. You feel me? So I
Yeah.
get you 100%, homie.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you pulling up and showing me love and even the critiques, man. Like I really appreciate that from real niggas, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you already know, man. Yeah, you can hit my jag anytime, bro. I'm only gonna tell
All
you
right,
what's real.
later. All right. Yo, listen, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up and giving me their feedback, giving me their critiques. All the real people in the building, all the fans in the building, all the supporters, all my family, all the haters, eat a dick. All the haters, eat a dick. Everybody else, I rock with y'all and I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to keep doing what I do. I've only been in boxing media for a year and a half. It's only been a year and a half since I've been in this game. And I'm learning and I'm growing. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to do things that you may not always like. I'm going to, bro. I'm going to do things that you may not always like. But hopefully you can respect where I'm coming from. Hopefully you can respect where I'm coming from, because I respect what you're saying back to me and the concerns that y'all have as people that support me. I respect that. I respect that. The people that support me and the concerns that you have, I respect that. So let me say this before we get up out of here. What I'm here to do in the sport of boxing is become the biggest channel in the sport. The go-to channel in the sport is going to be Cigar Talk. And where I'm going is the top of the top. I didn't come here to play with it. I ain't come here to be regular. I ain't come here to be medium. Y'all know this boxing. I came to be undisputed. I came in here to be undisputed in this boxing media game, bro. And with that being said, if backlash is the cost, I'll pay it every fucking time. If backlash is listen. If backlash is the cost of me getting where I have to go, I'll pay it every time. Every time. I take it and I live with it. But I appreciate everybody pulling up and sharing their thoughts with me, sharing their opinions. That matters to me. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Lulu, you see what's going on? You see what's going on? AI Pimp, watch the interview. Let me know what you think, bro. Watch the interview. They said I'm a sellout, but they got a white woman. They said I'm a sellout, but their queen not even black. They said I'm a sellout, but the one they lay up with every night don't look like them. Man, let me get out of here before I start going crazy on y'all. Before I start going Dr. Umar in here. Let me get out of here. Man, Naji, name your top 5 rappers of all time. Hove. Hove is number 1. Jay-Z, Hove, number 1. Number 2, Biggie. Biggie, number 2. Number 3, this is a real East Coast list. Number 3, 50. I'm from Queens, nigga. 50, nigga. Come on, y'all don't understand. I was in the 9th grade. 50, bro. 50. Number 3. Number 4. Number 4 favorite of all time. Now, top 5 all time. Number 4, I gotta go with J. Cole, man. A lot of people not gonna agree, but J. Cole, man, come on, man. Fall off coming. And then number 5, Nostradamus. Nostradamus. Nas, Escobar season has returned. You lost all credibility. Yeah, I like Cole over Nas, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When's the next Haney interview gonna be? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Naji, you're a weirdo. You want to act buddy-buddy with people until you get what you want from them. No, you dickhead. It's not about buddy-buddy. I'm cool with everybody. I'm cool with everybody. But at the end of the day, this is a business. You won't pigeonhole me into I got to do what you say because I did. Nah, this is a business, bro. And now you're in timeout for that comment. I didn't like that comment. Think about what you said. You're in timeout, dickhead. You're in timeout, dickhead. Dickhead. Cole over Wayne and Snoop. Damn, I forgot about Wayne, bro. Yeah, I forgot about Wayne. Yeah, I might have to adjust my list, man. But listen, man, everybody enjoy your Sunday. It's Memorial Day. Is it Memorial? Oh, it's Labor Day. I'm fucking up. It's Labor Day weekend tomorrow. Hopefully, you get a chance to like chill, enjoy the day. You know what I'm saying? Grill with your loved ones. My girl is texting me right now. Babe, are you done? Babe, you know how they do. Babe, are you done? So man, I'm about to get on this grill, man. Thank you. Yo, Stephen X, thank you for pulling up, bro. I hope you understand me a little more. I know we talked on Twitter. I hope you understand me a little better and understand my point of view. I heard a lot of point of views that was contrary to mine, and I respected a lot of them. Some of them, haters, I don't give a fuck. But some of them, I respected it. So, Stephen X, thank you very much for pulling up, bro. Thank you, bro. Yo, Trey, my nigga, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Naji, would you put your money on Shakur beats Tank? Please answer that. Yes. Yes. I favor Shakur over Tank at this moment. I used to say it was 50-50. Now it might be like 55-45 or 52-50, 53-52. It might be, I don't know. It's a close fight, though. It ain't just a wash. It's a very close fight. You already done? Yeah, nigga, 3 hours, bro. I've been on this motherfucker 3 hours. All right. Yo, listen, man. I appreciate everybody. Hold up. Before I go, MVP of the chat, John Parham. Yo, John, send your cash app. John Parham, send your cash app. John Parham, if you in here, send your cash app, bro. Uh-oh, yo, come on. This my dog. This my girl, Miss Joette. Miss Joette been supporting from day one, and I appreciate her. Miss Joette, thank you. Salute, JoJo. I appreciate you. For real, thank you. JoJo, salute. Cigar Talk math. Yo, Lulu, chill, nigga. Chill, nigga. Chill, nigga. I'm waiting for Hope. John Parham, where you at? John Parham. Catch me in the back. Yo, John Parham, what you got, Zell? You got Zell, John Parham? I gotta make sure I use the MVP of the chat today, bro. You got Zell, Cash App? What you got, bro? I'm gonna send you $25. Lunch on me. Lunch on Cigar Talk. Yeah, John Parham's scamming, nigga. What's up? Why you all got no Cash App, nigga? You scamming? You got caught scamming? Tank sleeps Shakur. I doubt it, but it's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. A nigga got a 90% KO rating. It's possible. For sure. Collab with Showbiz. Okay. Respect the Showbiz. Salute the Showbiz. Yo, John Parham, man, what's up, man? You got Zell or what? Hit me. Hit me, man. Tango do Shakur just like Frank. Nah, come on, man. Hell no. Shakur ain't just gonna sit on them ropes and let you tee off. One is he's either gonna clinch you or he's gonna move. I can't see that happening. Only Cash App. Nah, I was getting too many Cash Apps, selling kicks. All right, yo, John Parham. Hit me, Naji Chill. On Twitter. DM me Naji Chill. And I'll make sure you use the MVP to chat. I'll give you your $25, bro. But all right, let me get up out of here, man. My girl ready. I got to get on that grill. Salute to everybody. We'll be back next week, next Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday. Let's do it.